make you feel alright. Rainbow, the promise, the future, and life. Let this light that's within me shine to the whole world, Light, let the dawn of a new day bring understanding and love. Oh, inside.
Good evening, everyone.
Inside, bringing hope and
Benny,
make you
I see
feel
you.
alright. Rainbow, the promise, the future, and life. Let the light that's within me shine to the whole world,
Happy Monday to you.
Let the dawn of a new day bring understanding.
Minister Ajayi-Daniels, I'm not sure if you were there, but good evening. I'm seeing some pictures flash. Is it pictures now or I don't know? 8:30, I see you there.
Inside.
Dima for short, I see you. Good evening. Welcome to Inside. Thank you so much. Thank you for liking the live already. I hope you're keeping well. Happy Monday to you. Welcome to Inside with FunmiRoyal today. This is the day the Lord has made. Indeed, we ought to rejoice and be glad in it. I hope you're keeping well. I hope work is going good or started off well. It's another week. The last few days in the month of April already. I don't know where this month had just run to. But we are grateful, we're alive, we're well. Yeah, life has its challenges, but we're still here. We ought to just thank God. The fact that we're able to sleep and wake up to see another day, it just means there is still hope. So I know life can be tough, but we thank God all the same. 8:13, I think I see you in the background somewhere. Lady B, good evening to you. I hope we're keeping well. Yes, a big shout out, Dima for short. Thank you for joining in. Let us light that's within me. I'm just waiting a couple of minutes. Marco Puta. I am fine. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm good. We thank God. Monday, yeah, is it my favorite day? Well, let me not complain. But yeah, you know, after resting for the weekend, Monday is always like, oh, we have to go back to work again. Yeah, but I'm grateful, like I said. Thank you. And I hope you're keeping well yourself as well. So I'm just waiting a couple of minutes. I'm going to go into my talk as usual. If you're new here on Insight, you're welcome. And please let me know, use the chat to tell me where you're joining from, which part of the world you're joining from. Let's just see how far Insight is going. By the grace of God, to God's glory, really. Let me know where I'm in UK. For those who do not know, I'm in UK, somewhere in UK, by the grace of God. And yeah, let's know where you're joining from, if it's your first time as well, so I can give you a big shout out. And hopefully you stay till the end of the program today. So what I do in Lagos State, Nigeria, I should save you. Oh dear. Okay, I think we are friends already, because it is not showing to, yeah, okay, so save you how? What do you mean save you? I'm trying to even see the picture there. Is that to save you? Because I think we're friends already, because I don't understand, but all the same, it's only Jesus who can save. That much I can say to you. Tories Africana, I see you. Lala, good evening. Oh, you're early today. Thank you for joining in. I hope your day has been good, Lala. I hope so. Alfred James, good evening. Fatmata, you're welcome back. It's good to see you today. Yes, I was just going to tell you that I come on live on Mondays and on Thursdays, 8 p.m. UK time. And on Mondays, we talk about individual talks. Today, look, we're talking about career change. As an individual, you know, that we look at issues affecting individuals from growing or from developing, or, you know, kind of help to change our mindset, especially when it's much of a negativity. Or more something. It just flashed in and out. I hope you are good. Okay. I'm sure there are bodies out there that can help, but because I'm on a live at the moment, you can always send a private message. Please do that if you can. Okay. Thank you for reaching out here. I do appreciate, and I pray that God will help restore your health as well. Maserasa, I see you. Good evening. Yes, please if you can do that. Okay, but you do know that there are loads of verification that has to be done, because you and I know what goes on online. I'm not saying anything really, but I'd like to just have a chat with you privately if it's okay. Thank you for that. So guys, today you're early. It's not a complaint. No. Oh, it's not a compliment. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it well that way. That's what I meant. As in, I don't know, but I'm sure you have been probably earlier before. I don't know what. It's so rare because when I start, I can only tell how many known faces or known people that would come before I even start my talk. Ernestina, good evening. I'm looking at that time, so I'm going to kick off shortly. I was telling us what we do on Mondays here. All right, thank you, Dima. Thank you so much. And then on Thursday, we come back and talk about marriage, relationship talks, issues going on, you know, because there's high rate of divorce, separation, and there's so many issues that leads to that, and couples tend to shy away from talking about that until they finally go their separate ways. So here on Insight, we charge ourselves, you know, talk about things, rub minds together, find the best way out, because I mean, God created marriage for a reason. If God knew it wasn't going to work, I don't think he would have created it. IJKLMNOP, seriously? Anyways, you're welcome. My goodness, I've seen names on this TikTok. Hey, Lord have mercy. Beautiful, I see you. You want me to go and be singing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. Don't even bring that out today, please. Anyways, let's be focused. Lionheart, I see you. Please help me share this live to all of your friends. Let them be part of our talk today. It's very crucial. We're talking about career change, and really, well, in UK, I can say this time of the year, a lot of people are changing careers, or a lot of people are moving from one company to another. You know, something that has to do with their career, a change, or a pause, could be all sorts. But today we're looking at career change. Joy, I see you. Echoes of wisdom, I see you. Perhaps you'll stay and bring some echoes of wisdom to people trying to change their career or trying to find a new career. Your ring is charming. I pray I get married someday. Oh yeah, well, amen to that. And God will help you find the bone of your bone, the flesh of your flesh. It's amazing. And that's why we always do these talks here. You need to know who you are. You need to be yourself before you find your better whole. I won't say half, no. 1 + 1 = 1 with God. So I can't say my better whole. You know, that's my better half. Someone say my better half. No. you don't have half human. We have a whole human, and hopefully one day you find your better whole. That's how I love to put it. Start praying about it and start working on yourself, because sometimes we bring all these baggages into the marriage, and your spouse is also bringing their own baggage, and baggage plus baggage is baggages. You can imagine there's a whole lot that marriage entails, and the earlier you started learning about what it entails, the better for you. It's always good to get wisdom, get understanding, ask questions, don't ignore red flags and things like that. But today we're focusing on individuals. Before I go, marriage talk is my passion, really. It's a burden, even as a counselor as well. I love to do couples sessions, really. And because I try to see it from God's perspective, I'm not saying I'm perfect or I'm there yet, but at least I can tell you one or two things from my 27 years of experience as well. As well as, doing the professional work with whichever couple that comes my way. Carol baby, wow, okay, I see you. Good evening. Please help me share this live to your friends. Let them be part of our talk today. If you click down on your screen for about 3-4 seconds, just click down and you see some names pop up. Just click send, and scroll down and keep sending to all of them. Titi Isa, I see you. Let them be part of our talk today, especially those who are struggling in the career they have at the moment, or they're planning, they've been talking about it. I must change jobs, I must change my career, change my profession or something. And Estina, thank you for liking the live. Let them be part of this talk today. I'm going to go into the talk just to expand it some more and try, after the talk we have question or two just to keep us going. And if you have any questions as I'm giving the talk, I hope I won't miss it, because you have to multitask here, and hopefully I'll be able to answer your questions. Adama, I see you. Good evening. Please help me share to your friends. So we're talking about career change today. Career, embracing transition with purpose and courage, even in our career, because you can't just be doing any job. I know sometimes situations will present itself such that you're caught in a corner. You just have to get that job and get going. But it shouldn't be there. Start planning really the career of your dreams and how you're going to navigate yourself back into that space. Lovely Sante, I think. Good evening to you. Susan, good evening. Hamza, you are welcome. Thank you, Adama. Thank you, everyone. Please help me like this live. Share to your friends. Let's talk about this crucial talk. Some are confused at the moment relating to their career. Mila for Christ, I see you. So today we're going to talk about this topic that many people think about. Some fear it, and others are currently navigating career change. Let's talk about it here on Insight today. You're welcome once again. Thank you for joining in. So in a world that is constantly evolving, career change is no longer unusual, really, because sometimes you just have to find a way to position yourself in, strategically into that space so that you can achieve as well. So in fact, it is becoming increasingly common, people changing their career, moving from one sector to another. Yet, despite this, it remains one of the most challenging decisions a person can make. Very challenging indeed. Some have, changed drastically from one career to another, and they've been enjoying it. Some have changed drastically as well, and it's like almost drowning them. So it's a very, very challenging decision to make when you're talking about career change. Shan, good evening. Ajoa, I see you. Good evening. So let's look at understanding career change. A career change is more than switching jobs. It is a shift in direction. That's how I would, kind of put it. It may involve so many, but I'm going to mention a few bits, just for understanding. It involves moving into a different industry sometimes, you used to be in tech, now you're moving to manufacturing, or now you used to be manufacturing, now you're moving into the tech, or so many changes, different industry from one to another. It can also involve acquiring new skills that you never had before because you're trying to change your career, and where you're changing to, you don't have all the skills as such, so you may have to go acquire new skills. NET, I see you. Raquel, I see you. Overflown FM, I see you. Thank you guys for joining. Please share this live. Let's talk about this career change today. And again, it can also involve redefining your professional identity, because some people, they are jack of all trades. I really don't like saying master of none. You're jack of all trades. You must be master at them to be, to be able to trade, except when you're not all that successful, or, you're not thriving in it. Perhaps not. So sometimes career change is planned. Other times it is forced by circumstances such as job loss. When you lose your job, you've been trying to, you dust your CV. Thank you for the heart, me, Dima. Try to get another job still in that profession, and nothing seems to be coming. And in the process of you looking for work, you just find out that this particular job opportunity is just what is coming. And then you just go and see, what does this job entail? Remember, acquiring new skills. You might be like, perhaps it's time to change. So that circumstance is forcing you to look deeper, look further, and more professionally even. So you might need to go and acquire new skills, like I said. So it could be because you've lost your job, or burnout. You're just tired of doing the same thing for years and years. You just want something different. A career change can occur. Elder Adegbenga, good evening. I see you. Thank you for joining. Amazing. I see you. And of course, life transitions, especially for women, if I can say that, because you're a career professional person, and all of a sudden, bam, babies start rolling in. You'd be like, you can't keep up with the babies. Good evening, sir. And you can't keep up with your profession. Some people may have to pause on a profession. Some may have to find another career that is less tasking. Thank you, Elder Adewinga, for the heart to me. Or, some sort of change in their career to suit the new life transition they found themselves. So these are ways that, we can kind of understand. Baby, I see you. Thanks for joining in again. Understand career change. So why then do people change careers? These are questions, I'm asking myself. I remember when I was preparing this, I'm like, truly, why do people change careers? It's a career, you're good at what you do. Why do you need to change? There's so many reasons people can change their career. Like I said, people pursue career change for various reasons. One, lack of fulfillment can be a reason, because many people reach a point where their work no longer feels meaningful or satisfying. In fact, the thought of going to sleep and waking up to going to that work is like, oh goodness, do I have to? Must I? When you start getting to that, sometimes it's a thin line, really. Ife, I see you. Thanks for joining. BCB, I see you. There's always a thin line. It could be that you're just not fulfilled anymore, or you need a break. Some people, years and years of work, no holidays, nothing, broom. 364 days, broom. Even on Sundays or weekends, the office is closed, they will go and do overtime. And in no time they burn out, or, they're not feeling fulfilled anymore because they're overdoing it. There's so many reasons, really. But because of lack of fulfillment, it can make someone to say, you know what? Perhaps it's time to change my career, and it could happen for some. More so if you're intentional about it, at least you know what you want to go into next, and you have to do your research, what you have to do, upskilling, and all of those things. Again, another reason why people change career could be, I've said it in a way, burnout or stress. Long-term pressure can lead to emotional and physical exhaustion. This one can prompt for change. Some people could be their health. As we sleep and wake up, we're getting older. There's certain work, then you're like, heavy duty or whatever it is, depending on what you're doing. Some, they can sit in front of 10 laptops and be operating and be da. A time will come, all you have is migraine. And the moment you switch off all those computer and sit down, you start calming down. The moment you turn it on, the migraine starts. Something will tell you like you're burning out. It's like this thing is causing too much stress than your brain can carry. And then you might start thinking career change, because your skills can be transferred into another profession or another career. Never look down on the skills you've acquired over the years. Again, another reason people change career is because of desire for growth. So some individuals outgrow their roles and seek new challenges or new opportunities. So you still want to keep growing. I mean, you're in your 40s, you're in your 50s, you feel there's still room to grow. And you might just want to change your career in order to fulfill that need, or what's the word I'm looking for now? You're capable, your capacity needs to increase. So your desire for growth can make you change your career opportunities. And again, life changes. I've mentioned one, woman transitioning from a single professional person, married, now to motherhood. Wale Hassan, I see you. Good evening. I hope you are good. Catherine, good evening. Larry, you're welcome. So life changes, family responsibilities, and it varies. It can be because of relocation of your family from one place to another, and your profession, you've been looking for work, you can't get jobs, and you just found out that this particular career seems to be being advertised for, and that's what you see everywhere. And out of curiosity, like, I have all the skills, I can do this. You repackage your CV, or you acquire a bit more skills or training or what have you, and bam, life changes your career for you. Fola Crown, I see you. Ibuku, good evening. Or sometimes personal priorities can influence career decisions. So some people can say, you know what, I'm getting too old for this job, I need something less tedious, and then they look for something else. They change their career even in their prime. Sometimes it does happen. Osanle, I see you. Good evening. Another reason people can change career is because of the passion and purpose that they have or they see regarding themselves. Ganiyat Adebayo, I see you. Good evening. Worship, good evening. So it could be, as a result of this, a strong desire to pursue something aligned with one's values and interests. I always say to people, the best way to feel fulfilled is doing something you're passionate about. Whether they pay you or they don't pay you, you just do it. Like, this is what you're passionate about. Now imagine you're doing something you're passionate about and you're getting paid for it. My goodness, I don't think you wear out or you burn out, so to say. But then, I mean, you have to be wise as well. So passion and purpose can make people change their career, just so that they find something that really aligns with their core values and interest in life, really. So let's look at the emotional side of career change. I said to myself, maybe it's the counselor in me that is bringing certain aspects to this topic, but I mean, let's expand it as much as we can whilst we still focus as well. Solo call, I see you. Good evening. So the emotional side of career change. Career change is not just practical. It is deeply emotional. I mean, whether you're a man or a woman, whether you talk about it or don't talk about it, it can be deeply emotional. People often experience fear of the unknown. That's an emotion they carry, like, hey, if I change to this career, I see the prospect, but hey, what if I don't make it? What if I'm not good enough? What if I don't have the confidence to carry it? All the what ifs and all of that. You're being emotional, and because you're overly emotional, you're having second thoughts about changing that career. But sometimes we are even overqualified, overskilled, and yet we're afraid. So do not be afraid. As long as you're sure that you're ready to take that leap into the unknown, the sky is not even the limit. It's just the beginning for you. So Career change, like I said, is not just practical, it can deeply be emotional. Again, people often experience self-doubt. This is an emotion you're carrying, like, hey, am I capable enough? Can I do this? What if I get there and I start messing up? You know, those negative psychs you give yourself, and it just brings you low and low and low, and you begin to doubt yourself, you doubt everything about you. Oh, thank you, Michael. Thank you for the gift. Hand hearts, thank you so much. So self-doubt can actually, be an emotional side of career change. Like I said, we're trying to expand this. So if you're thinking about changing career and you're just unnecessary unsure, kind of, could it be fear of that unknown? Could it be, or could it be self-doubt that these emotions that are playing on you? So you have to be on top of this. You need to find a way to reflect and think deeply about this so that you can make the right move you need to make. People often can experience anxiety about financial stability because you want to make that move. Some people, I always say to people, it's always good to transition from one career to another. Transitioning, as you're signing off here, the new one is already waiting. That way, financial stability can be guarded in a way. But for some people, they're fed up because they're tired. They just resign here. There is no new job, no new career, and then they start panicking. Oh my God, because the bills are never gonna stop, are they? No. So these things takes time and planning, and that's what we're talking about it today. I know sometimes you're just so fed up, like you can't even take one more day of that job, but you need to remember, are you covered in terms of your finances? If you don't work for 6 months looking for a job in this new career change or move, would your finances be okay to sustain you until then? There's so many things to really consider, so many things financially to consider, such that you still have that financial stability. People often experience concerns about starting over. Your heart is pounding. All of this, fear, all of this what if not, what if this, and all of that. There are emotions that can come as a result of a career change. But is that the end of that move? No. If you're not afraid, then there's something wrong with you, because it's a new terrain, it's a new territory, it's a new workload, it's going to be new atmosphere, new everything. Of course, you're bound to be anxious, you're bound to be concerned. But when it's so much that you decide not to even go for that change, and yet something in you is not letting you rest, you needed to make that move as of, think about it. You're just being emotional, and you're allowing that emotion to take a better hold of you rather than make that move towards your career. So these feelings are normal, like I said, but the key thing is not to eliminate fear, because some people have changed and it has not gone well, to be honest with you, but to move forward despite it. And that's how you need to plan. You have to be sure, do you have the right skills, right qualifications? Some people are still in that old job. Where did I go? I attended a program, I think it's my alumni, uni alumni, I think. Yes, I remember there was a conference as such, and the person facilitating I think mine has to do with career and stuff, something like that. The lady asked the people in the room, if you're still working like a 9 to 5 job, but your heart desire really is to have your own business. Let's see a show of hand. And I looked around the room and I'm like, oh wow, so people are noticing this idea is good. And then she said, put it out. See, that's one. And said, if you're in a career, but right now you feel like changing to another, raise your hand up. You think people are enjoying what they're doing. Come and see another set of people with their hands up. I'm like, oh wow. So these people, all of them are actually planning to change their career. So what is stopping them? Is it that all the things I've mentioned, is kind of plain, or they're still financially planning themselves? It could be a number of reasons, and these reasons can be justified as long as you don't allow it to eliminate that the idea or the notion you're trying to, change regarding your career. Again, common challenges. Let's look at that. Common challenges that would happen, or that may happen, or that people face when they decide, it's time to change this career. Uncertainty, not knowing if the new path will succeed or not. My goodness, that's enough to bring anxiety, sleeplessness, really. Because what if you do? What if nobody patronizes you? What if this? I remembered when I was trying to set up my website, and I was thinking, okay, I'll put this there, do that. My husband was helping me to build, and he say, what do you want to put here? I said, hey, I don't know, should I? I was now doing my research, checking all other private practices, what is in town, vogue right now. I really want to update my website too and put something solid out there, but as often as possible, one always have to keep doing that anyways. And I'm like, hey, what gives me the assurance that if I go private now, I will see clients, all sort of thoughts. So guys, you're not alone. I said, what would I do? So, sometimes I won't sleep till morning. I'll be looking for how to fill this block, how to do this, how to do that. So it's will people patronize you? Will you be able to, provide for your family with this move and all of that? Common challenges, they will come. Uncertainty, because I'm not sure. What if I'll be there for a whole year and I'll not get one client? Imagine the way the mind works. What if they come? Can't your mind tell you that? What if they come? And I'm grateful to God they're coming. Gradually they're coming by the grace of God. Another common challenge is skill gaps. Needing to learn new competencies. Guys, I think I've shared here before, for the longest time, I've always found myself in that counseling role, whether volunteering, whether this, whether that, and it's like, I remembered probably some 14, 15 odd years, I wanted to do this course online, but then I had a baby. It was just so much. I'm like, okay, maybe later this child needs care. And I know so many excuses will come. But by the time I was ready, I said, you know what? If you really want to do this fully, wholeheartedly, professionally, in terms of career and all of that, just go back to uni. And then another fear. If I go to uni to do a bachelor's degree in this at my age, right now, hey, the all sorts, was flooding my mind. And I said, look, this is where I will sit and be afraid. That 3 years will come and go, and I'll still be there being afraid. I said, you know what? At the most, I now started gradually kind of encouraging I said, at the most, I'll do a carryover. I'll repeat a year or something like that, which is not even a good way to encourage oneself. So, meaning my brain is beginning to adjust to the fact that you're going to uni. You would have to go and do this and be serious about it. I say, hey, it's only jollof rice and chicken that's in my head, though. Hey, can I go back to the 4 walls of a school? Like, seriously, would I be able to at my age? At least I don't have any excuse. I don't have any baby in Pampers now. I don't have any excuse whatsoever. Because then you see, you want to look after your children. You don't want child mother to raise your children. No? But okay, now there's no more excuse. So what are you doing? So I'm like, when I could not sleep, people, that's like, it's always good to have the Holy Spirit too. In fact, I said, okay, I'll go. The excuse was, when my last son is grown enough, he can go to school by himself and come by himself, and then I know I'm free. I can at least go to school myself, and then and then years was going, until one day the boy said, Mom, I need money for transport for school. The Holy Spirit said, this is where you are. See this boy, he has started going to school by himself. What are you doing? That thing just shook in me like, oh my God, this boy has grown. This is where I found myself. Was I mentally ready? I said no. Immediately, that mental alertness or readiness overwhelmed me. I started going online. I'm in UK here, checking what school offers, the counseling that I wanted, checking UCAS, what is on offer, what is not on offer, this school, that school, not too far away, so I don't have to not be at home. This thing, I did it till like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. in the morning. You see, when this thing overtakes you, you just have to do, if not, you would. This career move, hey, it could be like that for some people, And before I know, I started calling schools. Do you know offer this? Can you do this? Hey, I was so frustrated, and I needed to. Is it 5 school? How many school I needed to? I needed to put those. It was. Even I was getting discouraged. This trouble is too much. Do I really want? I said no. This one. Once upon a time, I wanted to do online. This one was go to the premise, ganga. So I sit for lectures and do this thing once and for all. And alas, applying to schools, some will call, some will say, go and do foundational year. I say at my age, foundational year, as how, this and that, this is what, and then they were asking for this, asking for that. Alas, they say, I'm a mature student, you have to come for interview, you have to do this process, do that. I said, Lord, what have I put myself into? Am I sure of this counseling finally, because I've been doing this since forever. In fact, I remember the first time I counseled when I was 19. And here is me in my 40s, I mean, I've done all that bits. Don't let me even go into that, but I'm talking about this career move as in being serious about it. And I remembered the day they gave me interview. It was a Wednesday. I remembered clearly. And I went for that interview. There was 8 ladies and 1 guy. And all of us mature students, and they've seen your CV, they've seen your certificates and all of that. But they say because they're mature, they will do interview. I went there. We did the written interview, the verbal interview. Also, I said, hey, what kind of trouble have I put myself? And then we now did the personal one-to-one interview. Why counseling? What do you need? And all of this. I said, I was just talking naturally because it's always been there, so to say, because I wasn't sure what to expect. And finally, I was waiting. That was a Wednesday, and the weekend of that Wednesday was when they locked everybody all over the world, or UK. COVID happened. I said, thank God, at least I'm going to do that interview. Not like they will not push me. I have to wait another year, because then my brain had started, acclimatizing to the fact that you're going back. You're going to study this one. This is your passion. You've always done it, So, and then lockdown. I said, hey, this devil, I have to go and pray very well and all of that, But eventually, I got the email. You've been given a spot to come and study your counseling. I said, Lord, I thank you. Lord, I was so grateful. Like, finally, I'm going to do something I'm really passionate about. And then I now remember the first thing we had to do online because of COVID. But by the time we started doing face-to-face, by the second year, I noticed that, come to think of it, all those ladies that I came for interview with, that day of my interview, nobody, I didn't see none of them. So I said, out of 8 and 1 guy, 9 of us, I was given that spot. Imagine if I sat down and allowed fear to grip me. I will not even go for the interview. I'll be telling what if, hey, back and all of that. Sorry, my language had to come in there, But you see, make the move. Be afraid, because if you're not afraid, then you're too overconfident. You might not learn what you're supposed to learn, so to say. I found out that, so out of those 9, there was not a single person I went to that interview that I met in class. Not a single one. So are you determined to change this career, and are you serious about it? Because those are the things that's going to help you to scale through the challenges you're going to face even in the new career. And like first year, no carryover, no redo anything. Hey, thank you, Lord. But the second year, I said I must put in effort. If I could do first year, I would do second year. I was like David, I was encouraging myself. You got to do that. Thank God for my family as well. Sometimes I will do the assessment, because we do assessment. I'll give to my boys. Please, proofread. Just tell me. I'll give to my husband. I say, hey, what does the nickname that he gave me? All these what? Hey, we'll not sleep in this house. Come and see my bed. Textbooks everywhere. Say, this woman, we're not going to sleep in this house again. I said, what's the time? 3 in the morning. Hey, I'm so sorry. Hey, start packing. Because, I was excited. It was hard, but I'm like, no, this is what I need to do. I must do this. And I don't know, I didn't even plan to say this, but like I say, sometimes you just have to explain, you're not the only one going through this, but are you determined enough to see that change and to make sure you do something about it? And before I realized, last year, final year, Had to write my dissertation, started placement, and I was just loving it. I'm like, why didn't I do this thing years ago? But it's never too late, people. Never ever too late. I guess I was gathering experience of life, and then now backing it up with the training. My goodness, don't try me now. You people, don't try me. So God is good. God is good. Be sure that if you have skills gap, you need to learn new competencies. Go ahead. Don't think, oh, it's too hard, because you have to. Otherwise, you might not be able to function in that career move. You have to be. Sometimes you might have to go back to the university. Sometimes you might have to go back to the basics to start learning again. And again, another common challenge is the financial pressure. And I said to myself, they can sponsor in the UK, so I don't have any excuse not to make that move. The support was there as such and all of that. So what is my excuse? Managing income will change. I remember having that conversation with my family. Look, final year, I need to leave this part-time job I'm doing. Let me face my final year. I don't want to repeat though. I've been trying, it was a part-time job, and I said, okay, we're okay, everybody's okay. They said, Mom, go ahead. In fact, it's high time you left that place even. I said, okay, kudos. And I left it so that my final year, nothing was going to disturb my learning and doing all that I needed to do. Relationship clinic, I see you. So your income, I had to cut down on so many things as well, guys. Just at least for that time being, cut down on excesses, cut down on things that are not necessary, such that you're not overwhelmed by the financial commitments or burden. Again, another common challenge is external opinions, dealing with judgment or lack of support. Sometimes this can make you just say, let's just leave it. Everybody have not said something good, but other people are making it in that field. Why not you? You've just surrounded yourself with people. You know whether they're even jealous that you want to make that career move, that career change, and they're feeling like, are you the only person? It's not good for you. They will give you the wrong advice. You almost start believing it and you not make that change. So be mindful that external opinions are not the challenges you're facing. Be mindful. So understanding these challenges and many more can help us to prepare rather than panic. Boy, did I panic. But I thank God, it's now years gone by. That's why if you don't do anything, years will come and go. You just remain stagnant in that position. Is that what you really want for yourself in terms of your career? So, preparing for a career change, you need some sort of self-assessment. Ask yourself, what are my strengths? And like I said, the first time I knew I counseled even a married person, I was 19, I wasn't married, I don't know nothing much about marriage other than my experience with my own parents. What are your strengths? Because you want to make that change, you want to go into something you love, you're passionate about. What is your strength? That if anybody wakes you, everybody's falling in there, you're standing strong. What is that thing? You need to do some sort of self-assessment. What do I enjoy? I said, I remember years when I worked in a retail store as a cashier. At the people, I'm scanning their products, they're buying. How are you? You okay? Do you know that at the till, some people will just break down and start telling me stuff, and some will even cry. I say, hey, I'm doing counseling at the till. If my boss should come now and say, I'm now see the queue, and this person refused to go because I'm like, this person will put me in trouble in this workplace. And then that thing started saying, you're wasting your talent. You're not meant to be where you are. It's only for a season. You're overstaying here. All sort of thoughts coming. I say, hey, what am I going to do? In fact, in that retail store, somebody told me, oh, they just called me now that my mom had passed. I had to find a chair, sit them down, make sure they're okay and all. And this person was like, oh, you're in the wrong job, Like that. People who come into the store to buy something, they just start opening up to me. I said, Lord, have mercy on me. Now I really must go and do this. And I remembered when I handed in my resignation to my boss, he said, oh, Funmi, why are you doing that? I said, because I'm going back to uni. I'm going to study counseling. I've always been passionate. She was looking at me counseling. Yeah. because they've always seen you in that store and they feel that is where you're going to retire, so to say. I'm grateful whilst I was there, but I knew there was more. So sometimes you might have to challenge yourself even. What do you enjoy? Do you even know what you enjoy? You enjoy doing something and you get paid for it. That is fulfillment right there, guys. Self-assessment, ask yourself, what matters most to me? Right now, what matters most to you? We're talking about preparing for that career change. What are your strengths? What do you enjoy? What matters most to you? Again, research and exploration. I had to do that. When I now knew, okay, this is what I want to do, this is my strength, this is counseling. Now, what university am I going to go? What kind of counseling do I want to venture into? I'm like, I did all of that. Do I want to do psychotherapy? Do I want to do psychoanalysis, psycho? I said, I don't want anything psycho. I just want pure counseling. And I found that in the right school that 2 trains away from my house, bam, I'm there. I could drive if I wanted. But I mean, if I get stuck, 2 trains away, bam, I'm on the train, hop, and I'm in school. And I'm like, wow, how convenient. I didn't have to go and be staying in the hostel or accommodation or something. It was just perfect. And it was what I really wanted. And even came with icing on the cake. Integrative counseling, meaning different approaches I can use to help, clients that comes my way. I'm sharing my personal one just so you know that you're not alone. All this fear, all this whatever, I've been through that myself. I know each case is different but similar sometimes, just so you find that confidence to do what you have to do. Research and exploration. Understand the new field. The required skills, do you have it? Or you have to go and acquire it? Then the job market, how is that like as well? Is there growth opportunities? All of these things, go find out. Do your research about it. Have at least a level of understanding of this new career you're going into. Debbie Gazim, I see you. Thank you. Guys, thank you for liking the lives. Or you can keep sharing as well. Abby Flourish, I see you. Another one is, when you're talking about preparing for that career change, skill development, which I've said in a way, invest in learning. You might have to invest in learning, especially when it's a clear-cut new career you're going into. You may not even have 1/10 of the skill. You just have to invest in learning. Courses, certifications, practical experiences. Till today, this is how many years? 4 years after, I'm still volunteering for Mind. I give them 3 hours of my time every week. I go and see clients for free. I still sow that seed, so to say, because I believe strongly in giving back to the community as well. And they've been quite supportive and all of that, apart from having my private practice and apart from doing what I do during the day as well. So you find out that you're doing something you enjoy and it keeps you going. So certification, remember, you have to go back. I had to go back to the basics and start afresh and do that. And then other certification I've done couples therapy, marriage counseling, just to keep up and all of that. Practical experiences, I'm still volunteering, like I said. Sometimes you might even go and start with volunteering in that new career just to see how you blend. Does this suit you? Are you suited to this? Is this what you really want to do? This is more or less what it's going to be like. And after volunteering, are you going to say, this thing is not for me? Or you say, my goodness, where has this job been all my life? Where has this career been all my life? So sometimes you can go and volunteer in your new career pursuit. Go volunteer there, see what it is about, ask questions. It's part of you doing your research and all of that. And then when you've made up your mind what you want to do, if you have to go back to invest in learning and all of that, it's going to be worth it. So another thing is financial planning, which I mentioned. Prepare for possible income gaps and plan accordingly. Again, build a support system. It's very important. For me, my family was my rock. They are my rock. Surround yourself with mentors as well. I had to call 1 or 2 pastor friends that I know have gone doing counseling, just chat with them. Now I want to go serious with this thing and all of that. And I've heard encouraging stories and all of that, and that kind of gave me some sort of reassurance as well. Supportive friends, supportive family, professional networks. I mean, I've joined quite a number. BACP, my registered body as well, and all of that. It's good. Build a support system. If you have any questions relating that, you can always send an email. I'm a bit concerned about this in counseling, or whatever it is you want to do. Can you shed more light? You can, go all out and do this, so that at least you have some sort of assurance into that move regarding your career. Again, I want to say this: the mindset for successful transition. A successful transition or career change, it requires the right mindset. Growth mindset. Do you want to grow? Or it's all because money? Some people, it's because of money. There's money in this one now. They run there. They will go and even invest in training, and then before you notice, is that where money is? Bam, they've left that. They are going like, haba. Which one are you even passionate about? Money. I hear you, Debbie, you say money. Okay. It's all good. Blink, favor, I see you. So a successful career change requires the right mindset. Growth mindset, number one for me. Be willing to learn, adapt, and start again if necessary. Hey, I'm like, look at the gap. When have I been in the four walls of a school? What am I looking for apart from courses you do online? But this one, I said, no, I have to. So my mindset, I had to begin to change. I am living, I'm not feeding any child. I'm not eating Pampers anymore. It's another transition, and am I entering it with peace? Or am I entering it sweating? So I didn't say anything. Look at you. Yeah, I heard you clearly. That's why I mentioned your name. Debbie, don't make me laugh already. It's funny. And again, what you need for that successful transition is resilience. You need resilience, because setbacks will definitely come. Imagine when, in fact, of all the times I now decide to go and COVID. I went for interview on a Wednesday. By Friday, by that weekend, they shut down the whole world because of COVID. I'm like, why is it that when I now decided to do this, that's when, hey, I hope the school will not tell us everything is on hold. I was just praying like, Lord, please. So because I was fired up. Now COVID now came. I want to spoil everything. I'm like, no. If it's part of like, well, So, but don't let them define your journey. All the setbacks, they will come. You will overcome them and move forward. You will progress. And that leads to patience. I was surprised too when I heard Debbie said money. Oh, thank you, my sister. Andy, wallahi. Relationship clinic, don't worry. When you come into the box, I'll give you a big hug there. Thank you. I thought it's only me that heard her. Don't mind her. Let her be laughing there. Anyway, some people will not understand what we're talking about. So another see, where am I? Mindset to carry is patience. Goodness me, patience. In the midst of it, I caught COVID. That which month was that? Let me see if I can remember. Was it June? March, actually. It was March. I remembered that they locked down everywhere and all. By the December of that year, I carried that COVID. In fact, almost near-death experience. I said, Lord, hey. I did not even blame village people. I'm like, now that I've decided to do this, all of this, coming in, I said, I'm not giving up. I must complete this thing. Come watch me. In fact, in the midst of me, almost 3 weeks, I was bedridden, not knowing which day it was. In fact, my goodness, it was really hard. And in that, I had to submit a particular assessment. I just didn't want to, and then the time was going to say, hey, would I ask for extension now, or what? Something just said, Fumi, get up and just do what you can, because I couldn't even sleep. My head was pounding. You couldn't smell, you couldn't taste, nothing, all of that. I'm like, to even focus, Because for days I did not sleep. I was taking this medication. I didn't know had caffeine. The thing was making me so hyper. I couldn't. At night, everybody is sleeping. Me, I was doing shopping for the house. I'm telling you, online shopping. It was so funny. They will wake up in the morning. They will still meet me there. As if something is going on. Not knowing that there was caffeine in the medication that worked for me. And me and coffee were enemies, so to say. You know. And eventually I had to stop before I was able to. It was bad. I just submitted that assessment that time. I'm like, Lord, into your hands I just submitted. And to even imagine that was the highest of all my assessment I'm like, how? This God? So put in that effort and let God push you further. That's all I'll say. So be ready to have a growth mindset, resilience, patience. Career transition takes time. Progress may be slow at first, but it takes time. You need a lot of patience and confidence. Confidence, believe in your ability to succeed, even if the path is new. Guys, I don't know why I'm using mine, because that's the only thing I can tell you so that you know that at least I know what I'm talking about. I remembered by the second year, you have to start doing practicals. That's how I'll put it, like that. Triads, we call it. So you pretend to be the counselor, and one of your mates will be the client, and then there will be an assessor in the corner there. So my heart will be pounding. Hey, what if I don't start to? And then we have to. There's something called the contract bid. Everybody, they told us, gave us an idea. You have to coin yours so that to be like you own that contract. And that's the bit. When we started, you have to say that contract with all confidence, and they will score you. They will score you with that. Come and see all sorts of contract. People who will laugh and laugh and laugh. Sometimes I'm like, this is serious. Now they're going to be scoring us. They've given you time to practice and all. I'll be like, what if I don't say the right thing? What if I say, I will not face myself in the mirror. I say, you are the client, I'm the therapist, only me by myself. After that, I will go for therapy. Don't worry, you people are in good hands. I will do the contract. I will reward it. Do it. I will close my eyes and say it so that it's, But my patience paid off. My confidence, grew. Believe in your ability to succeed, because I'm like, this thing, I am here already. I just must be successful at it. Even if it's a new path, because I'm like, I'm doing counseling, all of this, like, what is all this ceremony? But you just have to learn it. You have to do it the right way, and it was quite an experience, and I enjoyed every bit of it, thank God. So again, turning change into opportunity. A career change can unlock hidden potentials. My goodness. I thought I was doing counseling. I didn't know the depth of it that was inside of me. Some assessment you had to do, and it feels like I've done this before, like in a lifetime ago. It was just the perfect opportunity for me to unlock those hidden potentials that had been dormant in there, so to say. I was misinterpreted. Okay, Debbie, you guys are chatting, A career change can open new doors. It has opened new doors. I received an entry, because I'm on the UK counseling directory as well. I received an entry recently, and I'm like, hey, when did I begin? Now it's like a client from outside the country. I'm like, oh wow, of all the people on that thing, they chose me to want to work with. And it just brought me to in fact, the thing humbled me in a way. People, I'm like, wow, I've barely started, so to say. You're going, international, put it that way. It is what it is. I'm like, wow, thank God, because sometimes we limit our potential. Sometimes we don't know what new doors God is going to open as a result of that change. Opportunities will come and meet you in that change. But if you refuse, you're afraid and all of that, and you don't take that change, opportunities are there waiting. That means you're not going to be there to take them. That's how I can put it. And again, turning change into opportunity, bring renewed energy and motivation. Look, me and my colleagues now, we encourage each other. Like, sometimes we tease when somebody is stressing, when they're stressed, I'm like, calm down, breathe in. And they're like, you people have started again. Do you want to book a session? I say, do you want to book a session? Everybody will laugh and, something like that. So it brings this kind of renewed energy. I know that this thing I'm doing is stressful, But I mentally even prepare myself. I take myself to therapy by myself, with myself, for myself, and be in the right frame of mind. Because you're dealing with your own life issues and stuff, and then people are coming to pour on you, and all of that. If if you don't have that energy, in fact, to motivate other people, you are not even motivated by yourself. How do you want to motivate other people? So you can imagine. So instead of seeing it as a risk, instead view it as an opportunity for reinvention. It might just be the making of you, this career move, this career change. So let's look at practical tips for that transition. Start small. Sometimes you may have to start small. Test your new path before fully committing. I put volunteer, like I said earlier. Go volunteer in that field. You want to do tech now, you just feel this tech. Go to a tech place. Tell them you want to give time for free. You just want to learn, see the ropes, learn, if it's something you really want to do. Thank you, Elder Kenneth, So start small, test the new path and see. And then be fully convinced and then make your move if that's how you want to go about that transition. Again, another practical tip is network within your desired industry. You want to be an actor? Move with the actors. Go and begin to network in there. You want to be a tech person? Check around you. By the time you stretch your arm this way, touching people, is there any tech person there? Call them. Say, look, I have come. Oh, your sister, your brother have come. I want to know more about this tech thing or whatever it is. Network within your desired industry. These are preps you have to make such that when that transition time is set, at least you're ready to a level. Update your CV and your personal brand, for example, I'll make you laugh. Even the name of my private practice, the Lighthouse Counseling, had for years. I knew I was going to do this at some point. When, I don't know, but I knew that. And the name was already there. So when we had to do like a mock, at the final year, you had to do a mock of your website. Bam! I found that journal where I'd written, my counseling practice outfit, or what did I even put there? I can't remember. It was Lighthouse Counseling. I'm like, wow. So this time you have to put the name of your private practice and the motto and things like that. It was just interesting. I was having sleepless nights. I say, what would it be? A mindset for all, this and that. I said, no, I'll pen it down. I said, it's not quite right. Until I finally got the one I'm using. Lighthouse Counseling Services, Illuminating Path, is a counseling, compassionate counseling for all. And I was just so excited doing that alone. So sometimes you might have to update your CV and your personal brand, rebrand yourself. Tehila, I see you. And then be open to entry-level roles if necessary. After I'd finished my placement, I carried on volunteering because we're not employing anyways. I'm like, I don't mind. I'll still do that. It even counts towards my hours, towards accreditation anyways. So be open-minded where necessary, so that you're not rigid in terms of what you're learning, so that that transition can be smooth as possible. And again, celebrate small wins along the way. Once our result is coming, like everybody will call it, have you seen yours? Have you not seen yours? What did this go? What did you not? And then when we finished, one lady, she was on a wheelchair, I remember. And somehow, God did it. She was able to walk. And then she said she didn't just even walk. All her assessments, she thought she was not going to do well. She I remember that was the first year, because we had to do like a party online kind of. This lady was dancing, and she was, with the champagne glass or whatever she was holding, like, I'm celebrating myself, because if somebody told me I was going to pass, I would say that, quite an achievement for her, because we all knew her struggles. But thank God, celebrate small wins along the way. This will kind of encourage you to be focused, where you're going. So if you want to celebrate good wins in that transition, start celebrating the small ones as well, which is very crucial. So redefining success. Success, I'm rounding up now. Success in a career change is not just about income or status. Those who have been there before, they will tell you. Because sometimes you get all the money, no interest in nothing, nothing. So it's beyond that money. See, It's about fulfillment. Imagine money would come, but you're fulfilled as well. Redefining success meaning alignment with your values, what you believe, your principles in life. And imagine this thing, this career just so suited so perfectly well. You don't have to sweat, you don't have to struggle. Your values are your values, and they even go in with what you're doing. And again, growth and learning. This is success as far as I'm concerned. What you didn't know before, now you know. There's growth, you're learning, you're acquiring knowledge, upskilling, and all of that. And overall well being is going to be your lot. That is success. You're doing what you love, no stress as such because you're passionate about this. The energy is natural coming because you're passionate. Overall well being, I mean, there is no how you're not going to enjoy that as well. Even if you're stressed, you're still enjoying that you're doing. So I'm going to conclude by saying this: career change is a journey of courage. Yes, you have to be courageous. It requires self-awareness, preparation, resilience, and faith in your ability to grow. Don't look down on yourself, and don't despise the days of little beginnings, my Bible says. So it's not about abandoning your past, it's about building on it, moving forward with purpose. So if you're considering a career change, ask yourself, am I willing to step out of comfort to step into purpose? Am I willing to step out of comfort to step into purpose? Because sometimes the life you truly, truly want is on the other side of the change you are avoiding. I'll say that again. Sometimes the life you truly want is on the other side of that change you are avoiding. Guys, that is my talk for today. However, I have 2 questions for us. First is, what fears come to mind when you think about changing careers? What fears come to mind when you think about changing careers? And do you think, is it ever too late to change careers? Why and why not? Do you think it's ever too late to change careers? Guys, thank you so much for listening.
Dawn of a new day, bring understanding and love. Oh, inside, yeah, inside.
Yes, we're here to bring hope. We're here to charge one another. We're here to encourage one another, learn from one another, and go back and reflect, and make the right decisions regarding your life as a person. You've been on this thing for almost 6 months. You want to change your career. You've been on it 6 months. Should I? Should I not? Should I? Should I not? What is stopping you? What are you afraid of? These are things you have to face head on. Okay, I remember saying go volunteer in that new role. Just volunteer and have a feel of what it's going to be like. And that way you're convinced, if it's for you or if it's not for you. And then you can actually make up your mind whether to carry on with your current career or go ahead with that change. The decision is still going to be yours whichever way. So, what fears come to mind when you think about changing careers? And do you think, is it ever too late to change careers? Maybe your age, your gender, your location, whatever it is. Do you think it's ever too late to change careers? Guys, send me an invite. Let me not be the only one talking. Let us rub minds together. Blue Suede, I see you. Fees, Ivan, I see you. Ivy Rose, thank you so much for joining. Guys, send me an invite and let's talk some more about this, especially those who are at this crossroad, so to say. They're indecisive, they don't know what to think, how to reflect on it, or what steps to take. At least let's hope this talk has kind of challenged you enough to point you to the right direction, what to do, how to go about this career change. It's very vital we know what we are doing or what we are changing into. Sheon, good evening to you. I didn't see you there for a second.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good. And you?
I'm good. I'm good. I just saw the clock now. I quickly logged in and
Oh,
I think I just heard you talk for like 2 minutes.
oh, I see. Yeah. And
So
it's
you have to
fun.
bear with me. I can see the topic,
Hmm.
but you might need to help me out a bit.
Maybe, well, like I always try to, so that even if you hear the question, it might juggle something for you, and you might be able to respond and even share your own experience, rather than
Okay.
maybe kind of recap all I've said. I've said a lot,
Fair enough.
obviously. So the
Fair enough.
question after the talk is, what fears come to mind when you think about changing careers? And is it ever too late to change careers? So we can start with either one.
Okay. Okay. I think for me, the greatest fear would be leaving your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Something that you've done for so many years that you're actually very good at. There is an echo. I don't know whether you're hearing the echo.
Okay, let me mute Lala.
Okay.
I think it's
Okay, I
better.
think it stopped. Yeah, I think it stopped. Yeah, so back to what I was saying. I think you leaving your comfort zone and you having to basically become an apprentice again, especially if it is something you've never done before.
Yeah.
So I think that is the ultimate fear for me. I've done a couple of career changes in the past, and it's always funny that you go from being a professional in one industry, when you go to another industry, you are practically a nobody. It's very humbling, actually.
Oh my god, very much so.
It's very, very humbling. Sometimes you'll be thinking, and then you go through that phase of imposter syndrome. Do I know what I'm doing? Am I doing it even right? You
Yeah, very
know,
much. Yeah.
and they ask you a question and you answer the question and you are still asking yourself,
You're still
did I
on
answer
top.
it right? Am I, you are just not confident. And it all boils down to the fact that you've gone back to being a newbie.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. Is it too late? I don't think it's ever too late to change careers. For me, it's never too
Why
late.
not?
Because first of all, from the few people that I know that have changed careers, and I'm talking about people in their 50s or 60s, it's kind of like a new lease of life. There is this thing about when you are learning something new, especially something that you're passionate about. So and I also think it's good for different parts of your brain. That background sound is still there, but hey, it doesn't matter. I'll just
People are
continue.
coming in and going out, so sorry
It's all
about
right.
that.
It's all right. No, it's fine. I think one of the good things for me in terms of changing careers is you get to use a different part of your brain, and it can be very invigorating. When you get very good at something, like driving, for example, it becomes second nature. You don't think about it. It's a part of you. You can wake up in the middle of the night and they'll ask you a question and you can answer that question. I think what that does is you start to coast. You're not learning anything new. You're very good at it. It's not challenging, and I think that is will I say not I wouldn't say bad, but the not so good about being proficient at something. It being second nature is a good thing
So
because
you
you're
can go
very
and
good, you're
try to
very
drive
efficient.
trailer or truck.
No, 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 no. But you understand what I mean
Of
about
course, I'm
when
just
you are
saying.
learning something new, there
Yeah,
is
of
that
course.
excitement
Yeah.
of I am learning something new. And there is this feeling when you finally get it. It could be even something as simple as learning to cook a new dish. When you finally get it, there is that thing that you are not going to get from something that you've done so many times that you know how to do. And I think we should put ourselves in those challenging environments from time to time.
Yeah.
For me,
Okay,
of learning something new. And I try to do it from time to time. I try to do it from time to. Am I always successful? Yes, no, but I try to pick up, even if it's a new hobby, try to just get out of your comfort zone, and just see whether you might not enjoy it, you might enjoy it, but
you won't know until you try it.
routine, especially you will never know until you try. I mean, for me, and I don't know, I'm sure I've mentioned this in the past. One of the things I don't like about living in the UK is the routine. The
Yeah.
routine, the
Monotonous.
routine, yeah, it kind of gets, for me, it gets to me from time to time. It's not like Nigeria where, you can
There's
drive on
life.
the same road, same time every day, and different things will happen on that same road
Tell me about it.
every day.
No dull moments at all.
No dull moment, whether good or bad.
Right, I
That
see.
you don't have that routine. You can be going home in Nigeria and you'll be wondering, is there going to be light at home? Something as mundane as that. Whereas here, you know what time you're going to wake up, you know what time train you're going to take, you know what time you're going to get to the office,
Oh my,
you
I
know
think
what
we're
time.
robots. We just like
Exactly.
robots.
You know on certain days at 9:30 you have a particular meeting. You know what time your lunch is. You know what time your lunch finishes. You know what time the train out of work is. You do that for 6 months.
Oh
I
my
don't know
God.
about you. Sometimes like I need a break. I need to just get out of this
I
routine.
know. Yeah.
And one of the ways you can get out of that routine is pick up a new hobby, pick up a new skill, and if you feel that your current career, and sometimes it's not just even your feelings, sometimes your career might be a dead end, and because of your age, there are certain times that it'll be a good time. If I'm going to change my career, I better do it now, else I might never, that opportunity, once it's gone, I'm never going to get that opportunity again, and I think the other thing that happens to a lot of people in the diaspora is what you trained for in Nigeria might not necessarily be what you can do in the UK for so many reasons. And that kind of compels people to change careers. So they have to go through some exams, go through some certifications, and, the do you have the experience? I don't have the experience question comes into the conversation. Then you have to go and,
Upskill.
yeah, exactly. So I think that's it. I'm not gonna take too much of your time, but is it ever too late? No, it's never too late.
Are you sure? Age could age not be a
I
barrier?
I don't. If it's not a physical job, as in something that is
Okay, you
physically,
need to be
exactly,
agile, whatever.
exactly. If it's not something that is physically demanding, like construction. If it's something intellectual, I think you can pick it up at any time. And I think it's actually even good for you to use different parts of your brain the older you get for so many reasons. So I think I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for opening the floor to us or for us. A13, I see you. Good evening. Thank you so much. Shan, good evening. If you're out there, you want to have a say, please just send me an invite. Let's bring you into the box. We'll learn one or two from you as much as you hope you learn from us. Shan, good evening. How are you?
Hi, good evening. I'm
Good
okay. How are
evening.
you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you.
How's your Monday? How did
Oh,
it start?
so far, so good. In fact, I was rushing in the morning because I was going to run it, but somehow that time I always catch up somehow. There was some traffic here and there, but I'm like, you know what? Me, I'm out of the house already, so I have to just get to work.
You must move, yeah.
I know, yeah, yeah. Thank
Finally
God.
ended though. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here now. I had one client in between, but then had to rush my meal, and here I am on inside.
You're happy, you're happy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Trust me. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Actually. So,
So,
I don't know how much of the talk you heard. Thank you. Who's that? Oh, thank you for the heart to me. Thank you.
I had, though not much. I kept coming in and going out. Yeah. But
Okay.
just from the topic, I think I would understand the concept itself, like try to, pick something from it.
Okay. So, the two questions we have today is, what fears come to mind when you think about changing careers? I mean, that's if you've been there before. And do you think it's ever too late to change careers?
Um, I wouldn't like say much about this topic because I don't have that quite a huge experience when it comes to changing career. I can say that I'm just building mine.
Wow.
Sometimes even I feel like I
Okay.
don't even have a career. It's like I have so many things in mind that I want to pursue, and then also looking at the possibility of pursuing them, but also looking at how the world is changing. Technology is like becoming a number one thing in career. It's like if you're a career person, you have to also have some, I would say, have a career in technology because like everything is moving
Yeah.
digital wise. So at one point, I want to be into advocacy, I want to be into development, I want to be into community. And then I ask myself, but now, what's the end goal of your career? Why do you even want to pursue a career? There are those who pursue a career because of passion. There are those who want to be in a certain career trajectory because of money, earning, salary. But some people, it's just a matter of passion. Sometimes I find myself in between these two of these. The first job I got after I graduated was totally out of anything I studied. Not even 10% of anything I studied.
How did you
I was
cope?
even asking myself, I think I actually got that job through I saw it on WhatsApp and then I applied. But again, I think one thing that make someone vulnerable or versatile to career change is especially if you don't have any experience. When you don't have any work experience, like fresh from school, it's like you just want to change from to anything, and at that moment no one is thinking of career out of passion because of passion.
That's
Think
all.
of
Just
career
for the
anything
job.
that,
Yeah.
yeah, anything that will bring money on the table, food on the table, and that was me. So when I went for the interview, I prepared. The certain things that I said, some of them I even lied, and I found myself into the position working with a law firm. I didn't study law, though my background was kind of related to human rights, women's issues, and that, but not related to law. But I somehow found myself there. I worked for 1 year, but trust me, passion wasn't there. Money was there, but passion wasn't there. So I kept up. Actually, that is how I found myself doing a master's. I kept applying for opportunities, looking for a career or a job that I would enjoy, like advocacy, talking to people, seeing livelihoods of vulnerable people, marginalized people, people in need changed. But there I was just sitting in office every day on a desktop. Like I was like, this is so boring. I don't interact with people.
I can
Money is
imagine.
there, but I wasn't feeling it. I kept applying for opportunities. I was not getting any. And then I was like, okay, let me just now try two things. Maybe for me to intellectually nurture myself into a career that I would want to, progress with in life. Maybe let me pursue PhD. I mean, masters, not PhD. I think I'm even going for PhD after masters, but masters in community development. And I applied for it and I was like, okay, seems God want me to first advance my intellectual ability skills when it comes to community related, career. And I applied and I got it. But then 1.5 years I was into a career that, is not even anything that I study, is not my passion. I didn't even like it that much. Like you just wake up to fulfill that, okay, you need to go and do this, and you earn. So I think at that point, career change would be something very needy or needful for someone like me. And I think being in a career that you really don't love, doing a job that you don't love, it is very, very, very hard for you to be in it. Like to be in that job for more than 2-3 years, something that you don't love doing.
Yeah.
Like it's hard.
Mm.
So at that point, I think thinking of changing your career would be something, especially when you're in that age. It's very okay for someone like a fresh student, something like that. But if you're now into looking at age in terms of career, it's like you cannot be in a same position or job for about 5-6 years, something that you don't see yourself growing. Because besides having a job, there's also something that you see yourself even growing in, even after you age, even after you retire. Like for example, let me say someone who envisioned to be in a career of law. You can be a lawyer, a magistrate. Even after your retirement, you can start your own law firm. You have your company and you just sit. You can also be a consultant. So in that circumstance, someone who desire to be a lawyer, maybe in the law or legal space, and currently is into a job of IT, maybe something not related, you'll be forced to change as they age, maybe as they grow in career, because they're envisioning to be in a situation whereby even if they're not going to offices, even if they're not working for a law firm, a private firm, or maybe a government, they will have their own and just sit there and people consult on them. So I think that's where a career change would be really, really, really important. But again, sometimes, especially I mentioned in Africa, it's we have no choice to just remain in whatever career or job we have, because you're going to change to a career. Do you have the skills? And most of them nowadays need skills. Do you have the skills? Do you have the papers? Some of them would require you again to go to school. And in Africa, if I'm not mistaken, sometimes even your paper does not guarantee you getting a job. There are quite a lot of people. Actually, a study in Uganda found out like almost 70 people currently are in jobs that they don't even have papers. They didn't study. So now you think of changing your career to something you're passionate about. You might not get a job, an actual paid job, but passion may be just you having something of your own. And then maybe changing to that career professionally into the job will require you to have papers, and then you spend money, billions, millions of money, time, like 2 or 3, 4 years, and then you earn that paper and still you don't use it. So I think that's something that people should also, think about, the cost in terms of money, in terms of time, but also the possibility of you using that paper in case you want to change your career. So that's why sometimes I think like, okay, maybe the fact that people go for job to earn money, if this is earning me money, let me just hang around. And when I want to pursue something related to my passion, a career related to my passion, I can just start within my means. I can use the little skills I have. I don't necessarily have to have a paper unless I want to go to that length of a professional length to like work with them, for example, maybe a big company. But if you want to pursue a career of your passion, you can just start something small. Maybe if you want to be a farmer, if you want to be a gardener, if you want to, you can even start by volunteering, because trust me, there are a lot of people who are in jobs nowadays. They started they don't have papers, but they started with volunteering, and then they earned the experiences, of which nowadays is all about experience. Papers actually just validate, confirm at times, but of which a lot of people do not look at it. They want experience. So if you want to pursue something of passion, a career of passion, you can start by volunteering. And that is actually what I started doing. When I joined my master's, started doing, and I think it is progressing. I just got some internship opportunity today working with women out of like teenage mothers, something like that. So Anita, I have the papers, but I don't have any skills, you know. So I think that's what someone could do. And then the second question, is it too late? I don't think it is late. I don't think there's a specific time for one to change a career. It just depends on why, at what time frame. Of course, I wouldn't advise anyone say I'm changing my career at 50 years. 50 years, 60 years, you're too old. At that point, you should just be.
So 50
Yeah,
is the new 40, you know that.
I know, but 50 years, okay, as long as it won't require you to spend money. It won't require you to spend like
You have to use
millions
money
of
to get
dollars.
money, Shan.
Imagine you're 65 years and you're spending a lot of money to go back to school, and then 4 years to be at school to study.
And you'll nearly be 70 by the time you finish. Okay.
By the time you finish, you'll be 70. And I'm not saying that like, that thing of death, or maybe like life, whatsoever, life expectancy, but still it should be a time frame and the cost involved for you to change to a new career. But again, if you can manage everything, the time, the energy, the intellectual energy to require you can do so. But I can say there's no like specified time for you to change your career and whatever age. But again, 650 is okay, but 60 maybe only when you become a consultant, because
Well, I was gonna say, what if they want to become a consultant?
yeah, if they want to be a consultant. But again, 70 years, you're almost at the eve of life. 50, 60, that is a bit, maybe to just like kind of add into some of the skills. Maybe just if you being in that consultant position requires you to have a paper, something. But if not, I think it would just be best for you to just think of other ways or possibilities. Yeah. But I'm talking about career, when like career related to passion, but career something that require you to again look for a job at age of 50. I think you should just sit, look for something else. Because even when it comes to hiring, or however much some of the companies want people who are matured in terms of age, in terms of intellectual abilities, in terms of skills, but I believe 60, 70 years intellectual curiosity of people in those ages,
You have
I
to
feel like
start and search through at that age. Wow.
exactly, yeah. So someone to change career at 50, 60 years would just be of passion. They want to sit at home while they also work, something like that, but not like to be in office and look for a job. So I can say there's no time frame for anyone to change a career, and career change is necessary, but you need to look at all the cost involved, the time, your energy, but also possibility of you changing that career, and then you progress in it. Because you can change to a career that even if it's of passion, then you don't get anything out of it. Because passion aside, you need money. You cannot be in a career because you're passionate about it and you're not earning from it. Even if these community-based organizations, NGOs, people say they're non-governmental and non-for-profit, still someone would want to earn something out of it, So you consider all those. Yeah. That's what I think.
Okay. Thank you, Shan.
Thank you.
Imagine, what's the retirement age? 60, 67. At 65, you not say you want to change career when you're supposed to be retiring, so to say. But you know what? Life brings all sorts people's way. Would you not say the person should give up altogether? Maybe at that age is when they now discover their passion and they're still like fired up to chasing after it. Who knows? Who knows? But then, thank you so much for your contribution. Elder Kenneth, good evening. I'm going to come to you. Good evening, sir. Let me see. Debbie, I don't know why you're not coming up.
Good evening, woman of God, and good
Good
evening,
evening,
everyone
sir.
aboard and those on
Happy
comment
Monday.
section. Happy New Week and happy Monday to each and every one of you.
Thank you, sir.
Hmm,
Mhm.
where do I start from?
What are the fears when you think about changing careers? Let's start with that one.
There must always be a fear for something new. There
Well,
must always be a challenge.
mhm,
Anything that you are doing in life that you know that you are not perfect, you must learn.
mm,
Every one of us will learn the job that we are doing today.
yeah.
It's not what we desire to do.
Mhm,
But career wise shows us that this is what you need to do to survive. So for you to survive, you must put on your interest,
mhm,
your courage, your focus for you to get there. Because if you say you don't want to do it, you're going to remain in a stagnant position and you're not going to grow.
mm,
You see people with multiple talents, you'll be wondering how are they doing it? Because they put interest and they are ready to learn. So career-wise, it's for every one of us. And that is why I like mostly with Nigeria. I always say anywhere in the world with Nigeria, take me anywhere we can survive.
We're rugged.
Whether it's hard, whether we understand the language, whether we don't even understand the language, we can survive. So that is one of the good things that I see concerning that we are desperate in everything that we are doing. Mostly we Nigerians, we are very good to adopt to anything that come our way. So for me, I would say career-wise is for every one of us here on earth. It's not
Yeah.
what you study that you meet in time in the process of life. Yes, I'm coming. It's not what you study you meet in the process of life. And whatever your hand findeth to do according to the Bible, do it with all dignity. Don't look that this is not what I'm fixed to do, or this is what I practice to do, or this is not what I'm learned for, or this is not what I'm studying. But for you to get there, because at the end of it, you're going to come back to what you know how to do best. And when you put the interest and when you put the focus on it, you're surprised that it's the same thing of what you study.
Mm,
So career-wise, for me, it's a challenge.
see?
It's a challenge, whether you are there before, whether you are not there before, but it
Mm.
chooses you. So face it, do it. And the last one is not about whether you are old.
We're
I think
asking, is it too late to change
it's
career?
never too late, never too late. It never.
Mm,
Yet at the age of 60, you can start something that you know that you have dream of doing that you were not able to do when you were young.
mm.
And if you put your focus on it, you can make it.
Oh, Sister Pat, good evening.
So that is why it's good. Whatever that you are doing, that thing that you know how to do best, keep
Mm,
doing it. If it's a new challenge, face it and you will get there. Don't relent. Don't say because I'm not trained to do it. Ask them how are they doing it. If people that cannot do it before and they learn, you can still learn.
wow.
So for me, it's something that we must face and we must see in the process of life. God bless you all.
Thank you, sir. Mm, never too late. That means you have to believe in yourself. Don't let age be a barrier, because for some cases it might be a barrier, but some, especially those who want to transition from maybe a 9 to 5 to their own personal business, for you that one, I mean, even if you're 100, you can start a business, so to say. But if you're changing from a 9 to 5 to another 9 to 5 career change, you make sure you have the right skills. I've talked about a lot the research, but it's you that can limit you. To be honest with you, even if you're 60 and you want to make that move, are you ready mentally, physically, and all that it takes? So Elder Kenneth have just told us age should not be a barrier to change of career. So the choice is yours as an individual. Good evening, Sister Pat. I see you. You are welcome. Please send an invite so we'll bring you up. You can chip into this conversation tonight. Thank you so much, Elder Kenneth, for your contribution. Relationship Clinic, good evening. Are you there? Relationship Clinic, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good evening. Sorry.
Good evening. How are you? Happy Monday.
So, I
Good.
wish you the same.
Thank you. Good to have you here.
Okay.
Is Hobby there now? Is Hobby there?
He's in a meeting actually. Still
Okay.
at work.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So yeah, we're talking about career change, whether you're young, you're old, the ball is in your court. If you want to change your career, are you ready? Do you know what it takes to go into that new career? So what fears come to mind when you think about changing careers? And is it ever too late to change careers, really?
Okay. I don't.
Mhm.
Okay. Here in Nigeria, actually, I think what you mean by career is your job because most
Mhm.
people, there's no
Yeah.
special career that you have. As far as that is where you are working, that is not your
Yeah.
that is your new career.
Mhm.
So, personally, I've had decision like I've been in a situation whereby I need to change what I'm doing. In fact, of recent, if I even resigned from my place of work, just like
Is
one
that?
week ago, or a few days ago,
Is that?
after yes, after I spent 3 years there, and it was a big decision to make. I have to think through. I think about different things. It was, I don't know, I was feeling stuck. Although at some point, in fact, it was even it was even this year, like my boss was able to discuss something like equity with me and all that. But I just discovered that at some point I was not actually like I don't even know how to explain it. Like it was even like I wasn't able to give my best. I didn't even know the right like I was losing myself. I don't know how to explain it actually, but I just have to tell myself the truth that it's like you have done enough in this place. You have to just leave. So it was a hard decision to make, but just took it anyway. I said, okay, let me just leave. But I've left that place like mentally I've been to disconnect from that place, from that particular place.
Well,
And I discovered that
you're still going physically.
yes, I was not able to actually give my best again. And I like things that I normally do before, I was struggling to do them. And as as we begin to upgrade, you have to keep on bringing new ideas. I discovered that I was just stuck. And secondly, I was being it's a very small business, so you
I
just have
think
two staff. And
you shared with us, was it last week or week before, about the work? Yeah.
okay.
And
So I just have to go, but I feel when I resigned, I felt a lot better. Though my boss have told me to stay for one more month and before I leave finally, but I just felt this inner peace. Like I just felt a lot better, just free and all that. So
wow.
I would say before you take a thing like that, just be sure and also pray to God and follow your instinct. And personally, of recent too, not of recent, let's say up to 2 months ago, a month plus. I was I was pushing my um leadership career both on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. But I discovered that on YouTube, I was not actually growing. Like I would just post content for years because I've been doing these things for over 3 years on YouTube. I would spend time create wonderful content, up to 10 minutes video, edit, post. I discovered that the views were not actually getting like
I
was not
know.
getting
Sometimes it
better.
can be a bit frustrating. I know.
Yes, I just have to sit down and tell myself that maybe I should just change my niche on YouTube and be like go into something different entirely aside relationship because YouTube is a search engine, and if you are not well known, if you are not popular, sometimes it's very difficult to succeed in some niches except it's actually God that is pushing
Yeah.
you and helping you. So I just told myself that I know it's difficult, but let me just change my niche on YouTube. But every other place, I'm still a relationship coach, both on Facebook and on TikTok here. But on YouTube, I just let me just change my niche and see if something better will happen. So that was like few. It's going to 2 months now. I changed my niche. I just changed totally, changed my YouTube channel name. I unlisted a lot of videos, privated some of them, and all that. And my videos, I was over 100 videos. Now I reduced to like 30 something videos because I gave some videos that are not relevant to my current niche, and I just started posting videos regularly. And are there changes? Yes, I must confess that my views are actually getting better compared to before when I was still in that relationship niche. And though I'm not yet monetized, but at least you do something and you see that okay, there's an increase, you are getting views day by day. But in my old niche, I'll just be stuck for maybe you not check a video I did 2 years ago, the views are still the same. Nothing has moved, nothing has changed. So that is it. Sometimes just change your niche. If you see that where you are not doing well, just think about it and make a move. So that was how I just did mine on YouTube, and I just keep on I keep on going every day. I just change my niche into growth niche whereby I can teach different type of topics where people that can actually learn even different things that you can that like there's a word for it to a like different tutorials that will benefit people. For instance, like I have some videos on my channel, how to change your name on NIN, how to apply for Nigerian passport, something that like topics that are actually searchable and people can search for. And so since that time I've been seeing good people, like good reviews. People are commenting, thank you so much for this tutorial. Because of your video, I was able to do this by myself and all that. So I think that's enough. That's all I have to say. Sometimes you just have to change your career path. You just have to change
So
your
it's
career
never
path.
too late, really, to change
No,
careers.
it's never too late. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Eno. Thank you. Lala, I'm gonna come to you. Good evening, Lala. How are you?
Good evening. How are you? I'm fine.
I'm fine, thank you. You're welcome to Insight Tonight.
Thank you.
Yes, I don't know how much of the talk you heard, but we can go into the question as well. I don't know if you want to share another perspective to this talk. I mean, as long as we're still in line with career change, what fears come to mind when you think about changing careers? And is it ever too late to change careers, really?
Oh, good evening, Funmi, and then everyone in the house.
Good evening. Okay, I see.
I want to approach this with the two different stories, and then I could answer that in conclusion.
Okay, go ahead.
In 2013, the news went viral when Nokia was acquired by Microsoft.
Okay.
And I think the final deal was concluded on 2014 when it was announced that Nokia was sold to Microsoft at about $7.2 billion US. But that's not the point. The point I want to make is that when the CEO of Nokia, Mr. Elop, they were doing the handover ceremony, all the staff were called and they were handing over. This man made a statement that everyone had to fall in tears. This is what he said. He said, "We did not do anything wrong, but we certainly lost." And that was a very powerful statement in that meeting. We know that Nokia was not a weak company. Nokia was dominant. Nokia was a trusted brand. Nokia was untouchable.
Very good.
But this man said, we did not do anything wrong as a company, but somehow along the way they lost. Now, Nokia, they were very comfortable in the business, but the world shifted so fast. Smartphones arrived, touch screen replaced keyboard, software ecosystem were more important than the hardware. So the speed replaced tradition. Nokia got out of the market. Microsoft adopted very quickly. They expanded everywhere as Nokia hesitated. So Nokia had held on what made them successful instead of building what would make them relevant. So they were discarded from the market. They lost everything, their chances of survival. They disappeared from being on top. That is what happened to Nokia. But again, I want to bring to us in the room that we don't lose because we are incapable, or we lose because we stop evolving. And I want to say that again, that you're not going to lose because you are weak or you're incapacitated. You're going to lose because you stopped evolving. This is why the Bible keeps reminding us, I think it's Romans 12:2, that be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, not by prayer and fasting. We can only be transformed by the renewal of our mind. Oftentimes when we get opportunities, let's say we get a job, we become the employee of the year, we get married, we buy our first car, we get a degree, we celebrate. And guess what? Our greatest enemy is our last achievement. And sometimes what we are so proud of, God is ashamed of. Just any bit of achievement you make, you are just in the initiation process. And the moment you get to understand this, you'll get to know that any achievement you make shouldn't make you comfortable. And when you get comfortable, that's when that's the point you're going to start losing it. The skill that brought you where you are will not be the skill to take you further. We need to keep learning. We need to keep evolving if we want to take advantage of tomorrow, because the advantage you have today will be replaced by the trend of tomorrow. While you're comfortable, someone somewhere is studying. Another graduate is coming from the university with the new skills, the new technology, with a new mind. And for you, if you are comfortable, they can't wait to replace you. So as human being, career change is a must for everyone. Sometimes when you need to ask yourself a question before you get comfortable. For example, how about when you go blind? What will happen to your career? How about when you lose one of your arm? How about if you lose one of your leg? How about if you are fired? How about if contract is not renewed? How about if you are declared persona non grata and you are deported? What happened? How about if COVID come again? How about if you lose the only relative that is supporting you? What will happen to you? So when you ask, God forbid will not be enough. The greatest protection against crisis is to expect it. And once you expect something, you're going to prepare for them. I want to conclude last with a Bible story, then I answer your question, because I told you I had 2 stories that I want to share.
Okay. Sorry, Lala. So do you know the question? I need to step off quickly. I'll be back. Do you know the 2 questions, or do you want? Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm listening from afar, but I'll be back. Yeah. Go on, please. Yeah.
Thank you. There's a scripture in it's a book in, I think, in Judges 15, where Samson was in the desert one day, and the Bible records that 1,000 soldiers came to kill him. This man Samson had no weapon to fight 1,000 soldiers, the Philistines. So Samson, the Bible says that he saw in the sun a dry jawbone of donkey. he went and picked the jawbone of a donkey, shook it a little bit, and moved towards this 1,000 soldiers. So he swine the jawbone, and every time he swine it, soldiers fall down. Soldiers were getting killed. And within a few minutes, there was blood everywhere. When there was, the Bible says that after a while, over 1,000 soldiers were lying lifeless on the desert, and he was the only one breathing and standing with just a jawbone. But that's not the important part of the story. What the most important part of the story that changed my life is that when Samson brought down this 1,000 soldiers with a jawbone, Samson threw away the jawbone. Remember, this jawbone worked. This jawbone was very effective. This jawbone was very good. But when he got done, he threw the jawbone away. And that, to me, that's the most powerful part of the story. It's very important because anytime something works for us, we keep it. We tend to hold on to it. Yet it could have worked for you, and it may not work for the next generation. Something can be good for some time, but after some time it loses its value. It's not good to hold on something. For example, if you're working, you're earning salary. You could be feeling good. You could be very effective. You could be, having good life. But there's a better life somewhere else. Better. Salary is like milk. It is very sweet, very nice to a child. A child loves milk, but a child cannot feed on milk forever. A child will have to grow up, need to learn to start to eat hard food. So sometimes, job is nice, good, rewarding. His milk is nice for a young child, but you need to wake up and do a career shift to something more rewarding and more fulfilling. The first question.
Yep.
To answer your first question.
Yeah, what fears come to mind when you think about changing careers?
What would people say? The fear, what would people say?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The fear, when we want to do a career change, sometimes you'll have fear, okay, what will people say when I start this business? What will people say when I marry this man? What will people say when I dress like this?
Wow.
What will people say when...
Well, yeah, it's true. I was going to say that's the least of the worries, but it is what it is.
So sometimes the biggest fear is what will people say? When I begin to, come down from the level I was to this level, what will they think? What will they say? So that's the biggest fear to me.
Wow.
Then the last question.
So do you think it's ever too late to change careers?
The only person that it is very late for them to change career is the person buried 6 feet under the ground and is in the cemetery.
Wow. So at age 69, I can go and change career?
Even at 100.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So age is not even a barrier at all.
Never.
I see. Okay. All right, Lala. Thank you so much for your contribution. Wow. So age should not be a barrier. You've heard Lala said it. Age shouldn't be. Don't say, "Oh, I'm too old to go into this." How are the people doing it? And you might. Who knows? God might even make you more creative, such that yours is different and is attracting customers or is attracting other people. You never can tell, but if you don't try, how would you know? So thank you so much for your contribution. Debbie, I'm going to come to you. And let me see who else is there. Sean, let me bring you back. Faith, good evening. I see you. Sister Pat, I don't know if you want to come up and say a thing or two, but at least I'm sure now you have an understanding of what we're talking about. We'd love to hear from you, but it's fine if you're not able to. Age is not a barrier. In Africa, people get to be president at the retirement age. It's a barrier. This example, why can't a 40-year-old be the president? Is age a barrier? People have made that age to be a barrier. You have to be old to be president. That's what they're saying. So if you're young, don't even pursue it. That what they're saying. So it's a barrier in this example. I'm sorry to say. Well, thank you, Faith. Thank you. Debbie, good evening. How are you? Happy Monday to you. Welcome.
Good evening.
I hope you're good.
Happy Monday. How was your weekend?
Hey, beautiful weekend. I'm grateful. And yours?
It was okay. It was nice.
It's
It
good.
was
And
good.
the weather is beginning to shine a bit more on us. Even though it's still chilly, it's
That's
still something in there. But yes, we've been talking about career change. I know you've been hearing one or two people. I don't know how long ago. I saw you there and you left. I don't know whether it's TikTok that threw you out or I don't understand, but at least it's good to have you back. So we're talking about this career change. And one of the things really, I don't even know whether you heard any of my talk. I think, yes, no, I can't remember, Debbie. Yeah, I remember because the money palaver, the money thing came. Yes. So, what do you
I
think?
just want to rest anybody. So it's okay.
But we know, you two, you know. Let's not fight it. It's okay. It
The
is
good
what it
that
is.
no, something must motivate a man.
Yes, indeed. So as long as it's
Mm-hmm.
not fear, well, in a way, maybe positively, because sometimes fear will push you into the unknown. Sometimes. But anyway,
Yeah.
another topic for another day. So what we're talking about today has to do with career change. So what are the fears that comes to mind when you think about changing careers? Let's start with that.
The thing is, this question, I don't know if I'm the right person to answer you because I've never been in a place where I have to change career.
Oh wow. Mm,
Yes, but I've been in a place where I have to upgrade what I am doing.
okay.
And you see that upgrade,
Mm-hmm.
your sufferness will come based on the quality of life you want. Debbie, it's a new week.
It's Monday. Oh. We just started the week. Oh. Behave yourself.
That's why I'm comfortable.
Leslie has said he will not be here this week. So I don't know who is
That
praying for you.
that's why. That it shows. It shows.
So wish him well too, where he is.
Oh, okay. Let me be serious.
Please behave yourself. Oh.
I think for people that are in 9 to 5,
Mm.
changing career might be a bit challenge. It might be challenging. Depend on what they are changing into. A
Okay.
new environment, the fear of you don't know what you meet there, you've never done it before, starting over again, blah 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 blah. And there's the possibility that you might not even earn money. Depends on what you are changing to. It
Yeah.
depends on what you are changing to. It's just that the fear of what you don't know.
Mm.
That's one thing that makes people just decide that, well, let me just do what I know that is sure already. Let me just stay there.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've been in a state where we have to upgrade. And to be honest, if I know I will have to be homeless
To upgrade.
in the process, I will not bother. But unfortunately, they didn't even give me the option. I didn't have any option. God just look at me like, okay, it's time to go forward. Oh, yeah, push them, bam.
Wow.
So but everything that comes in between,
But you were afraid. Were you not scared that if things would ever be the same or even be like?
there is that silent fear of what will happen, what can happen. But there's no amount of preparation you do or you make
You still
that
do.
will erase that part. Because the reality is somehow sometimes. You don't know what will happen, you don't know, and if based on business, you don't know how people will respond, you don't know anything. Your bills will the one thing that is always standard in everything is your bills. It doesn't matter if you eat, you drink, you are okay, you are not okay. Your bill is there, asking you every time. And so you don't know what to expect. You don't know. It's when you now get there you realize that. So I think that's why a lot of people don't even bother to want to change or to want to grow, because with growth comes challenges, and it's not spiritual problem. To be honest, it's not spiritual. Sometimes you look you will be praying and everything will just be looking like, is it really? It looks like it's spiritual problem, but it's not spiritual problem. It's just part of the growth journey.
Funny, yeah.
It's just part of the growth journey. So, and that is even for somebody that is growing in what you already know, what you are upgrading. Imagine somebody that is now changing from what they've known for a whole lot of time of their lives, and then now have to change to something else entirely. It will be difficult. It will be difficult. So I think that's where the fear comes from for a lot of people. And in fact, I'm hearing for the first time that the fear of what people will say, and or from Mr. Lala, and I think that is true, because people will ask you. Imagine, what's it called? You now join a company where they are just growing. They are now in your salary. You now have to borrow money to pay your bills. People will ask you why you have to change your job. It's only you that sees what you want in life, what you are pursuing, that will understand why you are making that sacrifice. Everybody will not understand it. So that alone makes people like, let me just stick to what I know. Let me just stick to what I know. So it's hard, but I'll say for anybody, if you can do it, please do it. Just make sure that your mental health is very, 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 very all right. And is that the first question? Yeah.
Yes. So the second one is it ever too late to change careers?
I can't say yes. At the same time, I can't say no. It depends on the
Why?
person. It depends on what they are starting. Because even the Bible says for everything there is a season. The season to start, the season to rest, the season to start a career, the season to reflect on your life. I'm sorry.
It's part
There
of
are
it.
some things that you can't start. Okay, the way everything is evolving now, everything is evolving. There is a lot of people are going into, what is it called, AI thing. A lot of people in their 40s, 50s might not be able to cope, not because of age, because of mindset.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy
I
to
can hear
to
you.
unlearn and then relearn. That's why people always want to stick to what they know. So when it comes to that, I don't think it's a yes or it's a no. It depends on the person. It depends on what they are changing to and the price they are ready or willing to pay.
To get there.
Because imagine a 60-year-old man now changing career, but he's not prepared for it.
What is Adasa saying underneath there?
No,
You come and talk.
she's saying it. No, she's saying it's not impossible, and I'm just saying if he's not prepared for what he wants to get himself into, uh, it is well. It just depends on who you are, how much sacrifice you are willing to make, because a lot of people cannot take when things are not working.
Mm, mm.
A lot of people cannot cope when things are not
They
working.
will break down mentally. Yeah.
Not just break down mentally, they will give up on life.
Yeah, part of it.
When things are not working for some, you see, when it comes to we want to change, I want to change, I want to grow, we all see the end goal.
What
But
we have to do to get there.
yeah, that's where the problem is with
Make
a
up.
lot of us, both old, young, and middle age. No, I'm not saying that should stop them from becoming. I'm just saying as long as you know that when the challenges of that growth comes, you can cope. You will not give up on life. You will not look at your wife or your husband and you are seeing his head. That's when you see that his head is not looking how he's supposed to.
Did you not look at Etioma when we are going through our own?
See, let me tell you something. There are sometimes I look at that when Adasa will be saying something, I'll be looking at her, I'll be like, if something is not crawling in your head, if it's not like they are ringing some bell in your head, you will not be talking what you're saying. See, I said when we faced our challenge and moved to this new place, there are some prayers that when we are praying, Adasa come. When they say, Father, this place I am is too small for me. Take me to a bigger place. That's the prayer. What do I always say to you? I always say to you, if you say that prayer alone, I will. if you open your mouth, I'll say to her, even if you say it in your mind that what I will punch you, she'll be like, what happened? I said the one we transition, we are still no balance. We are still drinking
recovery.
Not recovery. We have not gotten to the recovery level. Oxygen. We are still on oxygen. You are not saying I am bigger than.
It is.
They're not saying I am bigger than. Wait, let's balance this level first.
But that does not mean that we don't approach growth.
No. I'm not saying that you shouldn't approach. I'm just saying if you know you don't have the mind, the heart to face it when it comes.
Did you think you
it could be challenging? Yeah.
See, there are some people, little challenge, they've gone.
Yeah.
Some people, little challenge. See, if I know what I'm saying. There are some people, little challenge, they've given up. They've given up.
But they can always go get back a job.
It depends.
You don't want to have the regret of I should have done it.
They should try. I'm just saying, if you know, just know what you are getting yourself into before you change. Know that. Be prepared in your mind that it's not going to be rosy.
Yeah.
I think where the disappointment always come is we all expect by the end of 2 years.
I mean,
Everything will be balanced.
That 2 years, you have not even scratched the surface.
So I think that's where the disappointments always come for a lot of people. When things are now not looking like how they plan it in their head, how they envision it. That's where the challenge is. But there's nothing wrong in chasing growth. There's no age you can decide to try new thing. At least they said the man that have KFC, he started at how old? After he has tried. In fact, he succeeded. You know how long he's been trying? But he kept trying. But I know that a lot of people, after they have tried once, twice, they will leave it and go and do something else. Adasa want to say something.
Please. Thank you, Debbie.
I think
Adasa,
when it
over
comes
to you.
Good evening, house. I think when it comes to growth, it depends on how many people are dependent on you. That's why they say it's easier when you are younger to maneuver life than when a lot of people depends on you.
Yeah.
When you are by yourself, you can rough it. When you have children to feed, rent to pay, and housing, and you can't even hang at somebody else, you have to think deeply about every other person before you make that jump. But there are some jump that you have to make to rewrite the history of your bloodline. Our parents are not lazy. They were just too careful. They did their best, but there is always one leap that look like it may work or it may fail. People who are responsible always pick the safe path. Wishes, let me just stay where I am. But at the end of the day, you stay where you are, and that is 70 or 80 years gone. And that opportunity don't come. When people say things, another opportunity will come. It doesn't come like that. That's what I've learned with life. I'm the type that asks my parents about the story of their life. I can wake up today and call my dad and tell me about 20, 30 of your life. Tell me about those 10 years. And it will start the story and I'll be writing it down. And I've learned to, and Debbie always asks me, why do you always ask this question? And I would say to her, I am my father. My father is me. It's just new season, different term, but there are traits in him that runs in my DNA that I don't want to discover it. If he tells me a story and I compare it to my life, I will see similarities of the things that he's doing or that he has done that I'm repeating right now in another dimension of life. I stopped judging them very quickly and I realized that sometimes they just are trying to protect what they have by not making the jump. I think it was last week I asked my dad, in business, when you were much younger, what kind of things did you face? And he was like, oh, nobody pushed me back and forth. I only made a mistake. And when he finished explaining that mistake, I realized that, okay, this is an ego problem. He was not ashamed to tell me any longer because it is done. But don't forget that I bore the consequences of that mistake that he made because he can only send me to the school that he can afford. He can only love me according to the capacity he can show the love to me. It doesn't mean that he loved me less or he doesn't love me enough by not sending me to America to school. But that is what his sacrifices can carry. Do you understand? So when it comes to change, I would say if it is staring straight in your eye and you have to take the jump, there is nothing wrong with failure. We have made failure look like it's the worst thing that could ever happen to you. I would tell you today, failure is one of the most beautiful things that could happen to you in life. At least you say, I tried. At least you say, I've been there. At least you can say, I did my best. And if your child wants to go there, you know the route not to go through. Even if there's 3 parts, you know it's not B, it's either A or C. And you can tell your child, I wish you best of luck. Pick A or C because I've gone to B, there's nothing there. And there is no age. There's no age too big or too small. There is no, and I used to say to people, if we all have the plan of how it will go, nobody will go. Nobody will go. So pick up your life wherever you are now and speak to your maker and carry your bed and walk. Because let me tell you, only you have this life that you have to live. And it is how you live it that will tell your story. And whether you like it or not, you are not too old to unlearn, to relearn, and to have new experiences. You came with a complete brain, complete body part. Don't let the world who were not in the foundation of your life tell you who you are, what you can do, what you are able to do, or what you cannot do. At least there was some time where they say Black people are not human. We are like a pet. Ladies and gentlemen, the doctors that are now in the hospital, they say we cannot study. So do you understand how many years that story ran for? Imagine people did not fight to become who they want to be. We are not even allowed to study, use the same toilet at some point of our lives. Some people push those boundaries to open those doors for us to walk through it. And then when we get here now, you think there's something you cannot do? You are too beautiful a human being. God made you complete in his image, he says. So there's nothing you cannot do as long as you can be patient and persevere through the pain of change, of growth from caterpillar to butterfly. You can do all things. That's my belief.
Is that persevere part, Congo? I am saying, if you know you cannot
We
see,
cannot know if we can persevere until we do it. Then
that is the
Yeah.
thing. I am
Where the challenge will come in, and then you'll
that,
know.
that's the thing. Some people naturally are not that person.
let them go and try.
But
first.
like I said, try it. Just know that it's not easy.
Thank you, Adasa. Thank you, Debbie. That's the truth. It all still boils down to you yourself. What do you see? What do you want for yourself? What do you need for yourself? Are you ready to go through it? I mean, for me personally, I remembered one of the time we're relocating from one nation to another. I'm like, Lord, I need a word. Is this what you will have us do? Fine, everybody is talking to me. I want a word such that if I'm going through any difficult moment in that place, I will have something to go and cry and bring back to you. Lord, remember what you said to me when we were, this is it, oh, this is where we're at, you know? Always, because there is no, even like we always say, those who are successful, if they should tell you what they went through, what they've gone through to get into that place of success, you self, you will cry for them, you will cry with them. You mean all this happened and you did not give up? So some people will change, and 1 or 2 years they'll be like, this is not what, hey, my boys are cooking. This is not what they planned and all of that, and just hands off and go back. Go back to where exactly, back to where they're coming from. And not knowing that in just 1 more year, the opportunity will come, their moment will come, and all of that. So perseverance, it matters a lot. It matters a lot. Patience. Rome was not built in a day. Little drops of water makes a mighty ocean. Fine, you've made that. That's why I say do your research, do what you need to do before you make that move. And the moment you make that move, that means you're sure. Whatever comes your way, don't feel, I've made the wrong move and quickly run back. You will never grow. That's the thing. You will never grow, so to say. So fears will come, no doubt. Anxiety, some people even go in panic mode. Hey, what have I done? Tell me. Sleepless nights, you know. I hope I've made the right decision. I hope not this. Any slight mistake like this or any slight challenge like this, you start doubting yourself. You start second guessing yourself. You start telling yourself how you're not capable and things like, please, let's be calming down. Let's be coming down, because like I said, Rome was not built in a day. Gradual. There is no where you are at, you will face challenges. It's how you overcome that matters. It's how you manage them that matters. If you don't manage it well, the thing will manage you so that you remain stagnant. But if you're able to manage it right, you find out that this career, oh my God, why was I scared? That will be the song on your lips. So you still have to make up your mind. Career change, it is possible. People have been saying it's never too late. You know, however, are you ready for that? Thank you all so much so far for your contribution. I'm going to come to you, Faith. I think you're the last in the box. All right, Sharon, thank you so much for stopping by. Tahila, I see you as well. Good evening. Guys, if you still want to join in this conversation, please send me an invite. I'll bring you up because we're going to be rounding off shortly. Faith, good evening. Happy Monday to you.
Good evening. Happy Monday.
How are you? I hope you're good.
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. You're welcome and good to see you. So you've been hearing all this talk about career change. I don't know if it's something you've experienced before, but the first question is, what fears come to mind when you think about changing careers? Let's start with that first.
Fears which comes to my mind. I think mostly fear of the unknown. Yeah. There's a saying like people just comfort themselves with a saying which says the devil that you know is better than the devil that you doesn't know.
No, the one, sorry, Faith, the one I know is the devil that you know is better than the angel you're just meeting or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So people just find comfort in that, and also it's difficult to change career when you are married. When you are single, it's easy. You can just think, I just want to change. I remember in my country, there is a pastor. He was once an engineer. So he said he wanted to become a pastor.
Okay.
So when he discussed it with his wife was not in support of that. The wife was saying, why didn't God call you when you were single? You now want us to suffer now.
Really?
Yeah, they ended up divorcing.
Oh my.
They ended up divorcing because of that
Oh.
career change.
Oh
Because
goodness.
there were a lot of things to adjust just because when they got married, it's something that you have to adjust. Like you got married to someone who's a nurse and someone is now saying, I want to become a teacher. You have got a lot to adjust from that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm,
it's not easy
mm,
when you have got someone in your life, when you have got kids in your life. It's easy when you are single that I will just make your mind that I'm going to school, I'm going to change, I'm now becoming an accountant or something. But when you are married, you have to sit down and convince your partner
mm.
and pray about it, and even pray that God will speak to your partner as well, because if God speak to you alone, you have got a lot to do.
I do understand
You have
that.
got a lot of convincing to do.
Mm,
So, and the sometimes when you think of changing career,
mm,
um you think of like leaving the owner, because I remember when I was growing up, my father, when he spent like 30 years serving in that company, I remember they had a party for him. So in Africa, there's a mind that people will just stay in that company to just receive that honor. The long serving honor that I can't leave it behind.
mm.
I can't leave my retirement package
Yeah.
behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So people have got a lot of things to consider when they think about changing careers. That's why people are hesitant. Thank you.
Thank you, Faith. Oh, we still have one more question. Thank you for that. Thank you. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so the second question is it ever too late to change careers?
Mm, that's one. Ah, I think it's not too late, because
So I'm
in
so
life you
sorry.
just
Do you know the idea, the thought that came to mind? Imagine somebody 60-year-old, he resigned from the tech job, say he wants to become a footballer. Debbie, oh, can you see, man? I don't know. It didn't just flash my mind.
uh, in Africa we have got African presidents who are at their retirement age. They are serving. So I think maybe
That one will be Grandpa's International Football Club. I'm so sorry to all the men. I don't know where this flashing came. I just had to say it out. Otherwise, I mean, so really, is it ever too late to change careers? Maybe that will help you answer better.
but that one, it's a difficult one, because um like what Debbie was saying, like the things that we had when we were at school.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you
Mm,
go back at uni right now,
mm,
things have changed.
yeah, a lot.
So you've got a lot of things to adjust.
Mm,
And your colleagues, if they have got patience with you to teach you.
mm,
I remember when there was a lady I was working with. That lady, she's around my mom's age. It was so difficult to to do work with her because she'll be treating you like you are a child. She'll be saying, "Oh, you just do it, you just do it." At the end of the day, I would just go back home tired and I'll be just saying, "Oh my God, at the end of the day, we are having same salary."
Wow.
Yeah. So that's the thing that there are things that maybe you can do, but there are things that you can't do because of your age. So
Okay.
it's better to do it when you are
Much younger.
when you are
Certain
much
things, of
younger
course, yeah.
than to be in the same class with my daughter. I can't see myself doing that. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. You know, it's funny. I don't know whether to say this, but let me leave it because I'm still there currently. It's amazing. Certain job, even when I decided to go back to that uni, and the first icebreaker we had, people getting, I think they put us together, is it in threes or fives? I can't even remember. And then each group, you have to know each other's name. What's your background? As in, have you always had counseling background, or what's your background? All of that. And in my mind, in fact, before I even went there for the very first lecture I attended, in my mind, I'm like, I'll probably be one of the oldest. That's one. Whether I am the oldest or not, me, I will face my business. I'm here to learn. I don't care whether it's my grandchild that is in that class with me. I don't care, because when you're so sure, you just go all out for it. And I remember then I think I was 44. There was a 51. Who was the old? I think the oldest was a 57-year-old lady. So, I mean, at the end of that, I said, so there's even one or two or three that were much older than myself. So sometimes if you allow age to be a barrier, that's why it depends on what you're transitioning to or what you're changing into and all of that. Sometimes you find out that your own mindset has already defeated you. And then, in fact, I don't know whether it was here I shared recently with someone. I don't know why this example. Sometimes the mindset, I tell you what, I remember when I was in secondary school then, further math. For those who are from Africa, there's further math, there's mathematics, and then further math. If you're good, then you go for further math as well. So all the teachers are like, Fumi, you're good in maths. Go for further maths. I'm like, what is this? You know, saying math. So I was in math and I had to go and do the further maths. So they were registering for it. I registered, and then classes began and all of that. And then the teacher now said to us that, look, he doesn't want to be wasting his time for some people that are not serious, and then he's putting all his efforts and they're not serious, blah, blah, blah. So he has decided he was going to do a test for us, everyone that has registered. He was going to do a test for us, and over 20, I think at the time, he said over 20. And if you don't score, what did he give? I think whether 12 or 18 or something in between there, but it has to be more than 10. If you don't score, let's say for example 15, if you don't score 15, just don't come back to this class. That means you're not ready for what this class, it's going to offer you. And everybody's like, bring it on, sir, bring it on, da da da. We did the exam, and the man said, if you do not score this point, don't come back to my class. So everybody knew the rope. But you see, this our mindset sometimes may not cause us progress, And then we did the test, and I will tell you, when I opened the result, when I opened it, then I saw over 20. Me, I scored 9 over 20. I did not bother to go. I did not bother to go back. And then, so I honestly, I just turned my back exactly the way I entered. I just did not go back. So this, I think, couple of months after, I was in the premise going about my business, and then this teacher called me. He called me by my surname, because they used to call us by our surname. He said, "Come, Adesanya, come here." I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Why have I not been seeing you in my further maths class?" I said, "Sir, you said you would do exam. If you don't score 15 over 20, we should not bother to come back. He said, what did you score? I said, sir, I was scratching I said, sir, I scored 9 over 20. He said, Adesoya, do you know that you actually scored the highest? Oh my God. I said, sir, how am I supposed to know? You gave us a criteria. I know I did not meet, I just waka go. He now said, I scored the highest. And truly, I never, he now said, you can still come back. I said, two whole months I've lost. How am I going to be catching up and still be doing my math? I said, sir, don't worry, I have, let's go. But that taught me a huge lesson. Always ask. Even if you think you have heard, always ask. You're laughing, relationship, it wasn't funny. I was now looking at all of those people who went back to that class, and nobody told me that what they scored, as some even scored 3 over 20, and they went back to the class. Meanwhile, my whole life has changed like that. I felt, when would I begin to catch up and all of that? That another mindset, I've defeated myself. I did not think that the man said you scored the highest. That means you can still do it. You can catch. I wasn't, what's that? Me? I ran. I just did not bother to go back. So sometimes your mindset will stop you from making that change. Whether you're going to fail, whether you're going to be successful, it's dependent on you even trying. Because you never can tell. That's why I said, well, in order to be somewhat sure, do your research. Career change, you've thought about this career, they are everywhere, okay? Go volunteer yourself. Give them free time. Because if you say you want to apply for a job, they will say you're not qualified, or they'll say this, you don't have experience, or what. If you now say, I want to give my free time, they will not pay you, so they might just be able to work things out. You come and volunteer your time, and you learn and see, would I fit in here? Can I do this job? Is it for me? And then go and decide. And when you know, even the volunteer, you can stop it. But if you feel it's adding more to your knowledge, is helping you, grow and things like that, then it's up to you to make the right decision. Is it going to be bed of roses all the time over there? No. You will face challenges as well as wherever you are at. So you just even give it that try. As long as something you want to do, you need to do, go for it. Don't let fear, don't let your negative mindset stop you from achieving or pursuing that career, because it goes a long way. Some of us, it's in that change that we'll find legacies we'll leave for our children. And imagine we've allowed fear to help us even go there in the first place. What legacy then are we leaving? To who? For what exactly? But everybody have spoken, we've said this. Go back and reflect on it. You're about to make that change. You're not 100% sure. What are you really afraid of? Go back to the basics. Go and do some more research. Go volunteer. Invest in learning if that is what you really want to do, if you must as well. There's so many ways. Find a mentor in that field, talk to them, ask questions, and do the needful, such that at least you're stepping in with comfortable shoe to a level. You're not just thrown out there into the deep end and you're lost, and then you even give up before you start trying. I pray that the Lord will give us wisdom and give us that boldness and that courage to making that move, and then we will be persistent and we will have patience to grow in that new career. Thank you all so much. I've posted my puzzle for today. It's a tongue twister. Some of us are still laughing. It's a tongue twister. I've posted with just the once. I'm going to repost. Practice, and if you're ready, let's do this, people. You know the drill. Thank you, Debbie. 3 times as fast as possible, without blabbing, and as clear as possible. Bold believers break barriers, building better beginnings. Bold believers break barriers, building better beginnings. I want you to say 3 times as fast as possible. What? You must be joking. I did not say post it 3 times. I say you're in the box 3 times. Debbie, Leslie is not here that is praying for you. Why are you misbehaving? That's not my assignment, so 3 times without blabbing. If you're in the box, please unmute. Let us hear you. Shan, I'm glad that this thing brought you back. Let me see. Maybe Sister Pat, you want to come and try our puzzle, our tongue twister for tonight. Let us laugh and go to sleep. I still can't get that footballer thing out of my head. God will help me. Yes, Faith, Relationship Clinic, Elder Kenneth. Shemun has dropped off. So it's all the women versus Elder Kenneth tonight. Please do not drop off.
Let me start.
Yes, come
Let
on.
me start and go to sleep.
Come on, Faith, you can do this.
Okay. Okay. Bold believers break barriers, building better beginners.
Are you
Bold
warming up?
believers break
Are
barriers,
you
break
warming
greater
up?
beginnings. Bold believers break barriers, building better beginnings. Bold believers break barriers, building better beginnings. Bold believers break barriers, building better beginnings.
Oh. If you are finished talking, let me know so that I will know what to do with you. Thank you. That's what I'm hearing you. That's how I am hearing you do this thing. I know sleep is here. Even me, my eyes is closing here and there. But that's one I cannot say. No, that's not tongue twister, sis. Ah? You were calling it one by one by one. No, you have to say as fast as possible, as clear as possible, 3 times without blabbing. That's the drill. But thank you. Thank you. Any takers? I'm in business tonight, oh. Career change. If you're thinking of going to do tongue twister to be making people laugh, Sister Faith is not for you, please. Not the way you sounded just now. But thank you so much for stopping by on Inside today. Debbie, I'm waiting. Relationship Clinic, I'm waiting. Elder Kenneth, please come and show these women how to do this. Let me clap and welcome him.
Debbie, we're waiting for you.
Huh? Let me give you one ice cream so that they will not say we didn't try. Who's doing that? Shan? Elder Kenneth, thank you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You're ready to laugh?
We're already laughing. Sorry.
Okay, both believer breaking barrier, building better beginning. Both believer breaking barriers, building better believing. Both believer breaking barriers, building better believing. Beginning.
Elder Kenneth, please go and sleep. Please go and sleep.
I didn't try.
Both believer breaking back. What are
Both,
they breaking?
both, both believer breaking barriers, building better beginning. Both believer breaking better beginning.
You're telling yourself that you have tried, Abby. Let me clap a little for you.
I tried.
In fact, you should give me gift for what you have just done. My goodness, what was that? Debbie, where are you? Shan, where are you? In fact, I'm just being too generous tonight. You people are not following the rules. You're not following the rules so far. But well done. Nice attempt. We're not breaking anything, but it's been broken. You're you're hearing barricade. I don't understand though. Is breaking barricade? I say, okay. Yeah, Debbie, your turn. Shan, come on. Come on, people. Let's show Elder Kenneth how this thing is done tonight.
Kenneth always makes me laugh.
Oh my God.
Okay, let me try my own.
Do you want me to repost?
No, I've got it.
Okay.
Scroll back. Bold believers break barriers, building better beginnings. Bold believers break barriers, building better beginnings. Bold believers break barriers, building better beginnings.
Yeah. I mean, that's how to do it, people. Thank you, Shan. Well done. Well done to you. Oh dear. I hope you did not bite yourself there. Debbie, you say you want to try.
Oh my God, today, not today. I actually love the spirit. I was like, wow, today is today. Oh,
Good.
did I start there hearing barricade? But no, Kenneth, he really shocked me.
I'm like, this one, this one, why people will say fa 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 fa. Oh. Oh dear. At least that's the whole idea, to laugh.
Okay, where is it? Both believers break barriers, building better beginning. Okay. Mm. Both believers break barriers, building better beginnings. Both believers break barriers, building better beginnings. Both believers break barriers, building better beginnings. Let me try again. Both believers break barriers, building. Both believers. Both believers break barriers, building better beginnings. Both believers break barriers, building better beginnings. Both believers break barriers, building better beginnings.
It's okay. Thank you. Let's clap a little bit. We have tried. Let me just bear. Let me just no ice cream for you. No ice cream.
No
Thank
wala.
you. Well done. Bele. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Any other taker? No? Relationship clinic. Oh yeah,
Where's
end
relationship
it.
clinic?
Huh?
Where's relationship clinic?
She's there. She's gonna say the last one and then we'll call it a night.
Excuse me, open your mic.
Yeah, she has.
I'm here.
Good woman. Well done. Let me even encourage you first.
Oh God. After all the hype, okay, no? Okay, let me try on.
Good. You want me to repost it?
No, I'm seeing it. I'm
Okay,
seeing it.
good.
Both believers break barriers, building better beginnings. Both believers break barriers, building better beginnings. Both believers break barriers, building better beginnings.
Is what so? Is it Guinea? Is it Guinea? Debbie, are you seeing me outside?
I think she did it. I'm
Huh?
not sure she did it 3 times though.
No, she
I
did
think
it 3 times. Was that fast? I mean,
wow.
it was just 1 second faster. I don't want to use the word faster. Slow. In fact, I don't know the word to use. Faith, even you're just scrolling behind Faith. No, that one is not acceptable. You two, one ice cream. Don't finish it all at once. Abba. No. Let's
I think
laugh.
she tried.
Thank you. She really tried, honestly. Let's clap a little. A little. Just a little. Nado, well done. Thank you. Bobby, I see you. Good evening. We're just rounding off for tonight. Yeah, it's been a talk. It's been a talk on career change. For those who are in that phase, I wish you well. Make that decision such that you find something you're passionate about and it's still paying you. That is fulfillment. I mean, you don't want to change a whole career and be moaning and groaning, regretful and all of that. So let's be mindful. I pray God will continue to direct us. Thank you all so much for your contributions. Debbie, A13, thank you. Shan, thank you. Elder Kenneth, thank you. Relationship Clinic with Eno, thank you. Faith, thank you. Sheon that has dropped off. I saw Elder Adegbenga earlier. Thank you all so much. Everyone, Lala, thank you so much for stopping by as well. Wish you well. Enjoy the rest of the week, but we'll be back here 8 p.m. UK time on Thursday, by the grace of God, on Inside with FunmiRoyal, where we'll be talking about marriage talks. I can't even tell you what the topic is to start with, because even myself, until I open that book, I'm that lazy with it until I have to go prepare for it. But I know it's going to be an interesting one where we'll learn, we'll reflect, and then find a way to do the needful. God helping all of us. Guys, have a lovely, lovely night rest. See you on Thursday by the grace of God. Good night. Good night, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, A13. Thank you. We didn't take it to 100 likes. What happened today? You almost think because Leslie is not here, that's why we did not go past 100k likes. But yeah, I won't say that. Thank you all so much for all the same. I appreciate everyone. Honestly, thank you for making this community what it is. Yeah, we'll go and sleep. It's fine. It's all right. Good night. Thank you all so much. All around, yeah.